so much. Between you and I think we can get that done.
Oh, gosh.
We're gonna.
You know, Secretary?
I'll tell you what, I will take cursory notes.
Perfect. If not, we've got the recording. Sorry, everybody. We are now going to call our regular meeting, actually primarily focused on the master plan review, January 22nd, 2026 to order. This is as a reminder that, as noted in our current master plan, the township will maintain its rural character for years to come while managing the pace of growth, ensuring the preservation of existing neighborhoods and the natural environment, and promoting development in agreed upon target areas that will be served by public infrastructure and utilities. With that, I welcome everybody here this evening. Secretary Markounis is absent, so I will go ahead and take roll. Commissioner Riggs.
Well,
Present?
we're not doing, yes, I am.
Okay, perfect.
This is not starting.
Commissioner Sly,
Present.
Commissioner Woods,
Here.
Commissioner Summers,
Here.
and Commissioner Johnson present. And we may have Commissioner Buller participating virtually this evening. I don't know if he's on or not as of yet. Let me just real quick, let's take a moment to check. If he is on virtually, you can participate in discussion only. They're not in the vote process for any virtual participation.
What about Christina? She
And
said she might be. able to
she might be,
participate.
but I don't know that she knows the link, but let's see.
Blank.
All right, well, we'll continue on. At this point, we'll have excused absences by Commissioner Markounis and Buller unless we see them online. With that, let's have the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll move.
Thank you. Thank you. We have a motion by Commissioner Riggs, seconded by Commissioner Woods to approve the agenda. Any changes or comments related to the agenda? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We've reached the first part of our agenda for public comments. There are two opportunities for public comments. This first one is for agenda items only. We just ask that you do come to the podium so that we can record and hear your comments on the recording as well. Is anybody wishing to have public comments on agenda items only? All right, thank you. Seeing and hearing none. We'll move on to the master plan communication. In the packet, on January 9th of 2026, we received comment from Mr. James Durian of Choose Marshall. Those comments are here as well as my response. Certainly, my understanding is today, I believe, or yesterday, we received additional comments from Mr. Durian, and I will share those. I just have not even had a chance to look at that, so we'll share that as well. Okay. We have now reached the portion, the heart of our meeting this evening, which is the master plan review. As of our last meeting, we got to chapter 3. So a couple things, my apologies because I know the last time you were unable to see the red line version. So what we have up on the screen is items that we either talked about the last time and we can work on it. I'll actually run the keyboard here and we can look at the chapters together. This way I'm not then going home and then trying to retype it. So hopefully I'll be able to do that live and the public can see that as we talk about them as well. I would share that I don't know how long we want to go this evening, but I ask that if somebody needs to use the restroom, just go ahead and we'll just keep on working as we go. So make the best use of our time. So if we can move to chapter 4, which is maybe where, here's chapter 3. Is that right, you guys? We got to chapter 3 last
Got
time?
to chapter 3, and
Okay.
there were some questions that I was tasked to getting with the tax assessor for, and this is the information that
Thank
he
you.
provided. No, all different ones.
Oh, all different ones. Sorry.
Sorry,
Okay.
they're not multiple copies,
Okay, that's okay.
but different ones.
Mhm.
this is all the information that he was able to glean out of BSNA, and he had to call the BSNA experts to grapple this information here, so.
Okay, so for anyone who doesn't, including commissioners who don't see this in front of you, I'm not going to try to go to it right now, but in there, you might recall it had questions about how many parcels in our township are agricultural and all the different zoning elements. So it looks like these are equalized value, parcel count by class, taxable value trend by class, taxable value by class, assessed value by class, and maybe we can follow up. This is great. If we can get these even electronically, then maybe we can even use the graphs in the master plan too. That could be a possibility. Thank you, Mick, for following up and getting those. So we'll make sure I'll share these. Oh, that'd be great. Thank you, Wayne. All right, we good? Thank you so much for the follow-up. Okay. Let's see if I can find chapter 4, chapter 3, chapter.
Page 19.
Page 19. It might be a different page number up here because we had, there we go, economic development.
Yep.
That is where we're at. Hang on, I got to get there myself, I apologize. Okay. Everybody see it on the screen out there as well? Okay.
So we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. All right, so comments on these areas. It says the overview, Marshall Township has historically accommodated small business. Talks about the goals are as following, that industrial development areas are planned and targeted for significant private investment. I'll read this one area. It says the goal of this chapter is also reinforced through the future land use map and the residential future land use designations, which are addressed in chapter 6, specifically the location of the Marshall mega site as heavy industrial, general industrial expansion as light industrial, and a mixed use corridor along Michigan Avenue East. Again, I'm not going to read all of this. I think I have some comments here. But thoughts on this particular page?
My first comment is, you're referring to Michigan Avenue East. So where is the division between Marshall Township, Michigan Avenue East, and Michigan Avenue West? What would be the dividing line? The entrance to the mega site out here? So Michigan Avenue East, it keeps referring to Michigan Avenue East. Well, the 425 and the city of Marshall took over everything. Other than Bo Shears, do we still have possession of the pot processor? So we don't have the pot processor. We got Bo Shears Ford and the eye doctor. And did we lose Oakland or not? Yeah, there's an eye doctor across the street.
Oh, or the old hydraulic.
You got to go down Old Michigan Avenue.
Yeah, I was thinking of the one in the plaza.
So I would say that's east, and then we lost, I mean, somebody will probably take me out, and the overhead door guy is gone, the veterinary clinic is gone, the furnace people are gone, Kuzina is gone, everybody West Michigan Avenue, small businesses, other than me, kind of don't exist. But I don't understand the overview, making even mention of Michigan Avenue East, because the only one, well, I guess you got the furniture store. You got the furniture store, the eye doctor, and those. Hopefully we'll get a Dollar General, a few more things like that. But when do we, hopefully the township can maintain people rather than the city wooing us all away. That's where, I'm overthinking what this is talking about, but it's so hard for us to call this the master plan of Marshall Township, but all the purple area was pulled away, So I don't know as the wording means, you know, I read all through it and it bothers me, but I think the average Joe reads this and they don't understand it and they don't care.
Well, I wonder if some of the things to talk about in this, referencing, I'm focusing on that paragraph, but this whole page, right? Well, there are still some parcels there that are not, I'm looking at the potential
Right.
corrected map that's up there, right? The one that's closest to us. There are some parcels that are not 425 potentially. So, what is the thought with those in terms of zoning? And then, if I'm not mistaken, if they're under 425, I think that becomes an issue for the Joint Planning Commission. So I'm a little lost as to what do we do as a planning commissioner, or planning commission, pardon me, in those areas that are now they're really a Joint Planning Commission issue and not other than the ones that are not, that are still there and still part of Marshall Township.
And you're right, because when you look at the properties that are owned by Maida, all those white blocks are still our territory.
To my understanding, yes.
Unless we allow them to snatch them up, which I'm sure they'll want to. But do we really need to let them do it, Because then that seems to me that it makes it be more of a struggle for us to keep track of mega industrializing.
Well, but again, those 425, based on the 425 master agreement, and my apologies, I didn't bring my cheat sheet with me today, it could extend in other areas too, not just along Michigan Avenue. Right?
Right, they can apply for a 425 of 27.
Or wherever the 425 master agreement leads,
Right.
right?
Potentially just about anywhere, if the city puts services.
They apply.
They have to have city services to qualify for 425.
Oh, they have to provide city services.
Yes.
Water and sewer.
Yes.
So is the 425 have any kind of a deadline when they have to do it?
No,
Because when I read the 425, it states that the developer has to pay for it.
right, if it's like a residential north of 94.
Well, how
according to the
about,
25.
how about the purple area that Sacrator's took, so.
No, the developer didn't pay for that, Maida paid for that.
Omega,
Thank you, Wayne.
the tax dollars are gonna pay for having that.
All along, Verona and all that, Maida owns that.
Well,
As far as the 425 goes, it's a work in progress. There are
So it's hard.
tons of questions. There's the board committee that's having conversations with the city. And the modifications, the changes, the discussions down the road, nobody at this point in time really knows where that thing's going to end up.
Right.
So all we can do is based upon what it is today.
so are we better off focused instead of, I think there's another area where we talk about the mega site and/or we can put the Joint Planning Commission in here as well in the future. Where do we today, this chapter is labeled economic development. Instead of, where do we want, focus on where do we want economic development based on what we've heard from our residents, based on, again, all of this will still be part of a public hearing, but what do we want, where do we want our economic development located? And let's just write it and then let's, I can just type it and then we can figure out how it flows, so.
Well, I think that I guess my only point is we should just strike the east off Michigan Avenue. Because I think all the people would agree that they're not focused on East Michigan Avenue.
To me, this is West Michigan Avenue, but
Right.
it's west of town, but whatever.
Exactly.
That's
I mean, I think that just strike, if you just strike the word east,
Okay, I've done that. There are a couple other areas, obviously, we have section, that I had notes up here that we needed updated information for, and some of this might be in the information Trustee Woods gave us tonight as well, but if I had to just thinking out loud and having tried to look at this is I'm struggling with where we keep reading that we want to be a rural community, and now we're talking about economic development, and I read this, you know, no mission if you want vision at every meeting. So, and it's not exclusionary zoning, but I think we don't, I speak for me. I would only like to see economic development in the areas where it already is, whether it's zoned commercial or industrial. That's my 2 cents.
I would agree with that.
I think the survey results reflect that people want less
Yes.
rather than more. They feel we have enough.
But by the same point, we're not allowed to deny anything. You know, so we're not allowed to deny anything. All we can do is encourage it in existing places.
Right, but we can,
And that's what
we can
people-
set aside zoning areas that allow,
Right,
Which is Michigan Ave, basically.
yeah, and
because it's a state road.
Yeah.
It's got the traffic flow.
I mean, I can't see any place else in Marshall Township for economical, you know.
maybe a little along I-94 by the truck stop.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So where's, I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, so am I hearing Steve as well, Commissioner Riggs, that really what we're looking for is to this paragraph here, when we're talking about, I just typed this, but economic development, do we think that's maybe,
It could be, yeah.
go ahead and hit join, I'm sorry, everybody, it looks like we might have somebody join in, let's see. I don't know how to control this, so join now? Okay. Steve, can you hear us?
You're a little muffled. Sorry. Let's see if we can. It's up as loud as it will go.
It's almost like he's talking through a microphone or something.
Just see here. We can barely hear you, but we can hear you.
Maybe he doesn't have his mic on.
He's muffled. A little better, but it's still quiet. If there's something major, write in the chat. Oh wait, now say something. You say something?
Steve, can you say something? We just want to verify your sound.
I don't think you can hear us.
Yeah. Can you hear us well?
Raise your hand if you hear us.
Yeah. Just to show you, we're here. I would just say, if you have something to say, put it in the chat so then we can look at the chat at what you say, because I don't want to miss you just because you're a little bit quieter than we've had other people. So, okay. There we go.
All right. Steve, I know you're probably following along what you're probably seeing on your screen. At the last meeting, we got up to chapter 3. We are on the first page of chapter 4, which you see on the screen. And we're really trying to focus on, as a community, based on what we've heard from our residents and our own knowledge, this chapter is titled Economic Development. So where do we want to see economic development in our township? And we were just saying, I made the comment that economic development in areas that are currently zoned for industrial and commercial to maintain the rural areas. And then Commissioner Riggs, can you repeat what you had said about commercial or?
I just said the only place I could see for commercial development would be Michigan Ave unless, like Dwayne said, up by the truck stop or with the bus garage or up that way.
Okay,
The first 1 mile up from 94, you know?
Well, you know, at some point, something across from the truck stop's probably gonna come in
Right.
at some point.
or within, did I hear you guys, within 1 mile of the,
Intersection.
I
was
think,
that
I-
110 area?
Yeah.
you think maybe we could address this later in the chapter when it talks about the urban growth boundary?
Yeah,
That would
there
be
you go.
great. Okay, well then let's do that.
Because we might want to change the urban growth boundary.
Well, and I think it's important to know what we hope to get to you guys is ultimately what we have in text can be then referenced into a future land use map too, right?
Right,
Okay,
yeah, I brought that tonight.
okay. All right. The location and workforce, I don't think anything's changed in there. The income, I think is we can gather that information, although it says in 2020 that was the last census. So that's within that. I don't know if there's any updated information. This was one that I said we need additional information for, and I think I found it in the census data, you guys, but I don't have it with me unless it's also in here. But knowing where do our Marshall Township folks work? How many work here? How many work in the city of Marshall? What's the percentage of folks working in Battle Creek? I'm not sure where, if this was, I don't think it was part of the last survey, so I'm not sure where the numbers came from. Anybody know? Because it's not all of our residents, obviously, even though our population is mostly what, I think in the 55+ range, but, so we'll have to kind of update, figure out where these numbers came from and update it. Okay, I'm gonna keep going unless you guys stop me at any point. All right, moving on to the employed township residents. Again, this is other areas where we would have to determine what the percentage of our population is in these areas. And I'm pretty sure this probably came from the census, the 2020 census. Once again, commissioners, it says several businesses exist along the Michigan Avenue East corridor. A more significant cluster of businesses, I think, is Michigan Avenue East and 15 Mile Road and I-69. So, thoughts on that? Changes? I would think that we obviously have, the reason that we're doing this as well is the major change that we have on Michigan Avenue. So I think we have to note that here, right, with Blue Oval and that area. Is it still Michigan Avenue East or just the Michigan Avenue corridor?
Make it just the corridor.
What are we talking about? Old Michigan Avenue or the old C Drive, New Michigan Avenue?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
What are we saying with 15 Mile, Michigan Avenue East and 15 Mile Road and I-69? Are we talking about that as,
Like up by the ex-foundry?
The south 15 Mile Road, going south off Michigan Avenue.
Over the south?
Because you have the
where the
Oh, yes.
road,
Oh,
where
yeah.
the road department is and
Yeah.
all of that?
Yeah.
body shops, the
Okay,
Yep.
record service.
Yep.
okay. I think we should put that south in because that could be construed as the other direction maybe, okay? Okay, we'll just keep going.
15 Mile Road south of Michigan Avenue.
Okay, that might be good, right?
Yeah, that would be correct.
Well, we have two 15 Mile Road south of Michigan Avenue.
This one and the
This
other
one
one.
is
100
15
feet
Mile
of
Road
it.
south of Michigan Avenue, along with the other.
Isn't that old Michigan Avenue? Michigan Avenue?
Yeah, we're talking about 15 Mile Road though.
Oh, yeah,
This is 15 Mile Road here,
right.
and it's 15 Mile Road where the road department is.
But there's only one 15 Mile Road south of Michigan Avenue.
No, this one's south of Michigan Avenue. Well, I guess if you call that
And Michigan Avenue, then we're not.
This is Mayor and Avery Drive.
What do you call?
Used to
it?
be Meyer Dairy Drive.
This is all Old Michigan Avenue now.
Yeah.
This is Old Michigan Avenue.
Yeah,
This is Michigan Avenue right here.
yeah, but if
Doesn't
that's
matter.
Michigan Avenue, this is south of Michigan Avenue.
Old Michigan Avenue.
Right,
No.
okay.
The new name is Old Michigan Avenue.
Right,
And
Like
this
we're both
is just
yours now.
Michigan Avenue,
right.
so.
Well, I guess then that begs the question, and I know we're going to talk about this, and this is going back to the urban growth boundary. Do we want, which Michigan Avenue do we want the growth on, the old Michigan Avenue or the new Michigan Avenue?
Both.
On both.
Yeah, so that we'll have to kind of talk through that, I think. They're both Michigan Avenues, just one old, one's new, right?
Yeah.
I think.
I thought this was M96.
It is, I'm seeing thumbs up in the audience.
It's
Yeah.
M96, isn't it?
Sure. But you're gonna have to do it at the podium.
So we get it, so people can hear.
Aaron, why don't you announce yourself too, because I know you came in late.
Aaron Reed, SME. We deal with road names all the time, and like M96, to clarify it, east, west, right? It's all M96. So if you're looking for a distinction between like one area or another, then you can define it by a crossroads or however you're looking to do it, but that's always M96 going forward, and this is Old Michigan Avenue.
So it's considered M96 out along the mega site?
Correct, yeah. Well, it always has been. M96 connects between 69 and 94 and then continues onward.
But you go post office, it's East and West Michigan Avenue.
Yeah.
As there's no M96 addresses through the post office.
Yes, no.
I guess
no
what
Well,
does
that
it-
means the county road department needs to
Yeah.
review all of the addresses to adjust them
Yeah,
accordingly.
what does
No, they
the,
don't.
Or they need to know both.
No, they
of them.
don't.
No?
They're gone.
But I think the purpose of this document is you're trying to
Right.
just define
Yeah,
areas.
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
That's M96, so.
Okay, so back to that. Thank you, Erin. I'm sorry, not trying to, thank you very much. So in those areas, where did we do that?
15 miles south.
Yeah, so I'll figure out where that
110
is.
interchange,
Here it is, right here.
And
Several businesses exist along Old Michigan Avenue corridor. And then on this page again, right, that same paragraph, a more significant cluster of business uses exists near the intersection of M96 and 15 Mile Road south of Old Michigan Avenue and I-69. Does that even make any sense? I don't think that's right.
Mm.
No.
15 Mile Road south of M96.
okay, can I go back here to ask the comments from
Yeah,
Steve
the
and
96,
Roger?
you're right.
Feel Michigan, the commercial should be along Michigan Avenue. Can we specify new Michigan Avenue, M96, or old Michigan Avenue? I think you
Maybe it
guys,
should-
I think you
maybe-
guys mean,
but maybe to Aaron's point, maybe we should put Michigan Avenue / M96. Because Michigan Avenue is M96, even though it happened 10, 15 years ago that I was classified as M96, but they never made me change my post office address. I retained the one I always did at Battle Creek and Ceresco both, because I'm bilingual. Because I have a post office in
how
both.
detailed you want these notes?
Don't you have to worry about, don't have to worry about it, 'cause we got it right.
Okay.
So,
Post office.
oh, absolutely, come to the podium. We're gonna be a little, if it gets out of hand,
Informal.
we're gonna come back to the agenda, but
No mail carrier.
Who's the postman?
David Begg, 504 West
See,
Michigan
that's
Avenue.
why remember
I
the other day
did
when I
work at
said-
the Marshall Post Office in Marshall
Oh,
for
great.
quite a number of years. And a similar type of thing, you may know about this. Kalamazoo Avenue from the fountain goes up and then veers off, and there's Brewer Road. And then as some more development happened further north on Brewer Road, it became, I believe it's called 17 Mile Road. And I do know from having worked at the post office, those businesses and homes, if there are any homes along there, they did get different addresses that say 17 Mile Road. The churches did, I know for sure, because the United Methodist Church used to have a Brewer Road address, and it changed to 713, there's a rough guess, I don't remember for sure.
Right.
17 Mile Road. So they're just,
Now Kemp's Funeral Homes, old US 27 North is their address.
well, then that may be more accurate. The point I'm trying to make is that it did change.
They changed the name.
I think there was some change in the way that they were addressed or numbered. That would be a good question to ask the local postmaster, but
I can tell you that I'm very confident in saying that the Calhoun County Road Department is in charge of road naming and addressing. So if there's any question there, we can go down that route.
Gotcha.
But for the purposes of our master plan, I'm gonna, again, not me, I'm just trying to type and facilitate, is where do we want economic development? And I wrote on here, Michigan Avenue / M96. And it's existing on M96 and 15 Mile Road south of M96. Is that right?
Yeah. Can I ask a question here? So when we make these suggestions tonight,
Uh-huh.
these aren't written in stone, correct? Because
Absolutely not.
these are just comments, and then when we have the open house, blah, 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 that could change, correct?
Absolutely. And it could change
Okay.
throughout I want to make sure through that. We're going to clean up the document once we get through this, and that'll be the document that will go out for public comment and public hearing. Absolutely. It's a fluid document till we get through the process. But we need to know what we're thinking on here, right? And it has to be cleaned up. I really like the next sentence. As typical in a rural township atmosphere, smaller scale home-based businesses and occupations are commonplace. And then we've got this area here on the Marshall mega site. I got to pull it up here so I can read it at the same time. I did put this in here just so I could have it. It is a link, and this was a picture that was linked on the Choose Marshall, just so I could have a visual up here for us to look at without me having to go back and forth between screens. But this is, it says the 16-acre site. I do not believe it's 1,600 acres. I actually believe it's 2,000 acres. I'm almost positive, or 1,900. I think it's 2,000. I'm almost 100% positive it is. And I think if you go to Choose Marshall, that's what it says. But I will verify, we will verify. And it says it's to the west of the city of Marshall within sections 28 and 29. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Need to back up.
28, 29,
Just a tad.
19, and part of 30.
Sections, one more time, 19,
Oh, no, wait a second.
no, it's 28,
28,
29,
29.
and 30, 19 and 30. Okay, I happily back up.
Well, wait a second, that's the future land use.
Second line, premier economic development project bordering Marshall Township,
Right.
as it's no longer in Marshall Township. The mega site in and of itself.
I would agree. Should bordering.
Okay,
But then again, part of it's still in, but the
Marshall
majority of it's
bordering and within Marshall Township.
bordering it.
Yeah, because not all of it's been 425 yet.
Yeah. Is it, do I have those sections right, you guys, yet? Is that right? Is it 19, 28, 29, 30?
According to my
Yep.
map.
Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure, I mean, I'll clean this up later, but, okay. Says the site is ripe for future development, but I think we have some development, right?
Yes.
Well, future is still planned, so at least as far as city is concerned in that area.
Yeah, so that doesn't fall under our master plan then.
But I think this is where we should put a note on the JPC, maybe. But we can go, let's continue on, but I'm going to put a note. But it's currently being what's the word I'm looking for? Not constructed, currently being developed with blue oval.
Or
right?
plan
Mega site.
being developed.
And major
for future
campus.
development.
Yeah,
I won't say right, but being planned.
okay. I'll clean this up. I'm just making our notes, okay? I'm trying to watch the chat at the same time, so if anybody sees anything come through with Steve, let me know. Okay. Does anybody want me to go to this choose Marshall, or can we continue on?
Let's continue on.
Let me get rid of this. Oop, oop, oop. Okay, let's do that. Never mind. Then it skips some pages. Principal objectives.
Now, this is your copy that you redlined before and stuff like that. right?
No, this is, yes, but you can see the red line this time. But it's the current clean one, you can see it this time. So you can see my notes on the bubble here on the side, but so this is, and Dwayne, I think you had read something too. There was some information on master planning. We want to make sure that our actions, oh, is there a comment? Can I go to this?
Yeah, click it.
Did you have a comment?
Go up and see, yeah. Chat, no, there's nothing on the chat.
Okay, sorry. No,
Just make a funny noise though.
where is it at?
We go back to the, on the bottom, keep going over.
Share this window?
Nope, go,
Why can't I
go
see this?
down. There.
I'm sorry, can you drive?
Nope, you're good. Okay, right here.
Oh, gotcha. All right. So one of the things we want to make sure of in the first 3 chapters, but just again, we want to be specific of what our planning principles and objectives are and what actions, because anything that we put down here for actions in our master plan, we're supposed to be working on, right? So remember, this section is all about economic development. So it says, I'm going to read these this time. Planning principles and objectives. Plan major commercial industrial development projects in areas that are feasible for 425 agreements that are able to be served by city infrastructure. Does everybody agree with that?
No,
Okay,
I don't think our survey reflects that the people want that.
okay. So what should this be? What's our principle and objective?
Well, based on the community survey, I think the planning principle and objective is to preserve the rural character and the rural heritage, the ruralness, and the preserved farmland. From the surveys I read, people think we have contributed enough to industry and commercial.
So how do we incorporate that thought in a chapter that's talking about economic development?
Maybe we should make a statement that we say, we strongly encourage that all commercial and industrial development be done inside of the 425 area already established.
Well, the 425, that would be already out of our control.
That's what I'm saying. But what we're doing is as a township plan, we're recommending that it stays where we already sent it to.
And when you say that, Commissioner Summers, are we saying it stays only in what is 425 now and not expanded further? Or with limited expansion? I mean, again, we have a 425 master agreement. I don't want to get hung up on that completely, because just
Sure.
economic development in general, forget about the 425 for a minute.
Right.
What does preserve rural and farmland, I'm just typing here, and we strongly encourage economic development only in what areas? In,
I would say in the,
96, 94 access area, which the next line come down is focused commercially near the 96, 69, 96, 94 area. And I guess my thought point being 15 Mile Road Recycling Center. doesn't belong where they're putting it.
Okay.
The survey shows that, you know.
Okay. So what about the next one? Again, I think you can see what I have on the screen here, but support and plan for industrial development and job creation and collaborative planning of the Marshall mega site. Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing in the JPC?
Right,
Yeah, I
it
don't-
is.
Well,
That's a
that's kind of an interesting,
statement.
yeah, because support and plan, we haven't been involved in the Marshall mega site to begin with. We have nothing to, we've had no say in it. So I don't know how we can collaboratively plan with it.
Well, here's what I'm gonna type. You guys stop me at any point. This is work in progress. And not a Joanna thing, but support the master plan development and JPC, I'll spell it out, and JPC of any 425 areas? And planning of any JPC of any 425, I'll make it sound better, but areas? Is that what we want?
Sounds like we're asking for more to be 425.
Right, okay. For current?
I mean, that's what it sounds like. Support more master
Okay.
plan development and 425s. And that's not what our survey,
For restricting it to the 425.
I'm just going on.
I'm typing, so you guys
I
tell
mean,
me.
I have my personal feelings, but I think right now, the survey is kind of what we got to go by.
Right, and so
Until we have
what,
an open house.
so what should this say?
Well, that particular line, the way it's written right now, you just need to cut it.
Okay,
I agree.
there we go. That's fine by me, moving along. All right, next one, focus commercial uses near, okay,
think that's
I-96 and 94 interchange area and the Michigan Avenue East. Do
Think
we
that's-
really need that if at the first one we put, we strongly encourage economic development only in M96 access areas, or do we want to keep this one?
Does this mean M96, or I think that's a typo, isn't that I-69?
It might be, I have no idea.
But
what the
then
type
I
of-
question,
I-69.
how can we have commercial uses near I-69? Well, I guess we could south.
I'm totally interrupted you, sorry, go ahead.
It really kind of needs to be all three. 96,
Because,
96, 60, 69, 96 is without 96.
yeah,
69 is not accessible.
I questioned that too. Yeah.
I-69 north is not accessible. Well, I guess it is,
Well, but it
not from the highway though.
almost needs to read all three.
Focus commercial use, yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking that we add it to the first one, because again,
Right.
where do we want it to be, right? So
Right.
we want it to be only in M96 access areas and where else? Or M96 Michigan Avenue and I-69?
Well, right.
Really though, I-69.
Existing.
Actually, yeah, I would say the I-69 and I-94 interchanges, but actually the I-69 interchange, there's nothing accessible. Because you can only get on one or the other. It's not like where 94 and 27 are, where you can get off the highway where you could have a business. See what I'm saying? So I don't know how we would encourage development along I-69 when in the township's part where there is no
No
access
place.
to it.
All right. So the township part really should only be
So,
promoting 96.
yeah, 96, maybe 27,
96 west.
maybe 96
lost
north,
control of
27, and the 94 interchange,
Yeah.
along with Michigan Avenue.
Well, how far though? I mean, here we go again, right? Like how far off the interchange? Old 27, all the way up to the
Well,
Plains Health.
township line? I mean, how
no,
far are you gonna go?
that's where I was saying, I think.
Back to the urban
I
boundary?
think we could address that maybe in the urban growth boundary.
Okay. Well, then why don't we just say only in the existing M96 areas? Well, and then hold until we get to the urban area again, right?
Yeah, because I have questions on the
Okay.
urban growth
right.
boundary too.
Okay, let's keep going. Yes,
Do we need
Your
one?
first
yes.
item number 1, where it says plan,
Uh-huh.
I would take the first word out of 3 and put in number 1, instead of plan, say focus.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good idea. And that way, planning sounds like we're actively seeking.
well, I deleted it, so I need to put it back in then. Focus major commercial?
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
That gives us working with,
okay,
I think.
okay. Good word.
Right, that's a good term.
It's a good term. Okay, I'm on what was number 4. Ensure commercial development is attractive from travel corridors and sensitive to nearby residential uses. I prefer to delete that personally, but whatever you guys think.
I just,
I would change attractive to accessible, if we're going to keep it.
And I would change to, away from residential uses.
There you go.
I just chuckle at the whole thing because the city of Marshall's master plan says you need to have a concrete building. I thought, what's attractive about that?
Okay. And then the last one, support home-based businesses in appropriate areas. Anybody?
I'm good with that one.
Okay, great. Now,
Because
any,
that can be addressed within our zoning ordinance.
okay, any of these planning and principles and objectives need to be then looked at for any actions that we will do as a planning commission to support the planning principles and objectives we just talked about. The current action on here says, assess zoning regulations as they relate to the support of small businesses outside of the mega site area and adjust as necessary. So with all those other ones that we had up there, that was the only action that the planning commission was supposed to do to support those items. Is there anything you want to adjust, change, or add?
No,
Is there anything else you want to?
I think, don't we already have zoning regulations that, I don't know if support would be the word, but it addresses.
But what would be our
And
action to
businesses.
this? Review our zoning ordinances and see if they do?
Yeah.
And what actions would we do as a planning commission to address what we just talked about, which was
You know, home-
strongly encourage or focus economic development in M96 areas and all this?
Instead of assess, you
Support
would
of small businesses outside of the
Implement.
next site area.
zoning regulations as they relate.
Do we have any idea what, we don't know what those would be, right?
Well, they're already on the books right now, right? Within our zoning
Right.
regulations,
Not like we really can
zoning
change
ordinances
them.
that we have right now. I don't know why it says assess. To me, that's mean you're just gonna review what you have,
And see if it does
see
and,
if it does.
right.
It's more like review, yeah.
So what would you guys, what actions would you like? And while you're thinking about that, trustee Wright, is this saving as I go along?
As you're typing it,
Yeah.
it should be. it should-
Auto save?
Yeah.
Okay, hope
I
so.
believe so.
I just want to make sure. Okay,
I don't think we're in the 90s right yet.
Okay. Okay, I don't have to click and save. I just want to make sure. I don't want to lose it. Or you guys are all going to have really good memories.
True.
Find the save button and hit it right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Where is it?
If there was a place, it'd be in the, right?
Yeah.
I don't think, yeah.
It looks like it's on auto.
I know, it's the 90s,
Yeah, sorry.
knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to stifle our discussion. Okay, what are our actions, planning commissioners,
Could we be,
under economic development?
How about this? Implement zoning regulations as they are related to support of small business outside of the mega site. And assess the mega sites or keep track. I think we need to have some kind of a statement in there that putting our foot in that we are involved with the JBC. And because this is almost like our action is giving up the mega site.
how about if we just put, continue assessing zoning regulations as they relate
Yeah.
to the support of small businesses?
But I think that we should, I guess it bothers me that we're almost like limiting ourselves to outside the mega site.
Well, and what I struggle with this too is technically, we've already lost that because the mega site is
Right.
really under the city now. So again, what
Right,
do we
we
want
can-
as a township?
But we haven't lost it because we have someone on the JBC.
Right, well, that, and we have properties that are surrounded by the mega site. And I guess
Right. You know,
in 50 years or whatever many years it is, once there's occupancy, it could return to the township. So there's still a vested interest, right?
But the JPC is only involved as far as 425 properties
so,
in and of themselves.
So who negotiates with Durant on the property adjacent to my house? The Eden Prairie destruction. Now I'm getting off on a whole nother subject.
no, I think that whole thing, that whole sentence is good there.
Here's what I wrote.
I mean, we're supporting business outside the mega site, small business.
I think that's fine. I think
But we're
that,
talking about the action.
yeah, what actions, because
Yeah.
we talked about, we only talked
Right.
about support home-based businesses. That's one thing in there.
Right,
But we go back to item number 2, we struck that, right?
Yes.
So that mentions, that's the only mention of mega site. Now, in the action item, we're mentioning that we bring mega site back up again, so
Yeah.
does mega site even need to be in there?
I don't think so.
not really, because
who
we
cares?
can't, we can't regulate any small business in the mega site. You know, so,
They can't have any, small business can't be in there.
well, we probably could.
No, it's industrial.
Why do we even have to say, I think, Trustee Woods, you're right. What does it matter about the mega site? Don't we want to
Nothing.
continue to assess regulations as they relate to support
To the
of
township.
small businesses and adjust as necessary anywhere in the town?
In the township,
In the township.
in the township,
Brilliant. I like it.
because
Okay.
we're township.
I know, heck with this commercial.
So here's what I wrote in relation to, because again, we're talking about, I'm struggling because we have obviously a large development, 425, and that's, and what I'm hearing is that's really our commercial corridor area, which is not really the townships, but it is, right? So I've just got, ensure we are monitoring, I'm just typing, okay? So ensure we are monitoring the JPC efforts and any 425 areas near Marshall Township properties.
Sounds good.
No, I don't know. What I'm saying is, you know, we've had some of those areas there, like Millbrook, for instance, which is going to be developed, but there are township residents that are going to be surrounded by those properties.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because even anything 425, I mean, mega site or otherwise, it's still, it borders township and probably township residents, so we need to be involved in,
Which is interesting you say that.
Watching,
What
yeah.
about ensuring, I'm sorry, I'm thinking out loud. What about the fact that we have neighboring townships that are developing, that are affecting our residents? It's economic development.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It's not just, I mean, in all fairness, it's not the city of Marshall. I mean, there's our surrounding
Yeah,
partners.
so that is good. Well,
And that's what the county master plan is supposed to be looking at too, is where, you know, you've got these communities near each other to ensure that they're working together for planning and zoning.
Oh, you could add a phrase in there is to collaborate with the JPC on 425 properties.
Mhm.
Or concerning 425 properties. You're trying to see in there.
How do we, is there any way that we can get ahead of this to some degree? Is it, what about our own township board respectfully, since I have two of the members here, but we've got like these 425 properties per the master plan, for the master agreement, and I'm not going to get involved in, this isn't about negotiating a master plan agreement, but how do we work with our own township board to understand when there is a new 425 agreement that's coming in to ensure where that, what that meets for, where is it at compared to our planning and zoning that we might approve? Does that make any sense? Because the town, it doesn't go to the planning commission, right, you guys?
That's the ZAs right there.
Say that again?
Zoning administrators for the city, they're the ones that get the first.
Well, actually, we're supposed to get it first because the only properties that are eligible to be 425 are properties in the township that are zoned commercial and industrial. If they're not commercial and industrial,
Really?
that's what the master says.
Yeah, that's what it says. But you're 100% right. But I do like what you're saying too, is maybe that's an action item, is to ensure that our own zoning administrator
Mhm.
is working with not just the city of Marshall, but maybe building a network with
A survey of the
you know,
community.
other surrounding townships, right? Building a relationship with them. I mean, I don't know if we can put that in here as an action item, but that would make sense, right? But specifically the 425s, you're right, the zoning administrators, our zoning administrators should be working with the city zoning administrator so that we can get working together, not after it happens, but before, right?
Right.
Which hasn't happened yet.
No, I know. And Commissioner Sly is right as well in terms of commercial and
I
industrial.
think that's more of a JPC thing now, isn't it?
But it's all collaborative.
Yeah, I know,
It's a 300
I know, but we aren't collaborating with anybody here other than township. I mean, the master plan is for the town, not
Correct.
for the township and the city, not for the township and the mega site. It's for
Correct.
the township. This is a township document that's supposed to support our township.
But
Yeah.
you go into the 425s, the entities that are involved with 425s, that expands our responsibilities at that point.
I-
On the interactions and things like that, but how you word it, I understand what you're trying to say. We're trying to keep it simple to what we're going to do within the township, but maybe we're
Well-
overthinking a little bit about.
I don't think as far as a master plan for zoning, we don't have anything to say about the 425 other than the zoning classification.
Well, maybe that's all we put, is to ensure that any 425 properties are zoned commercial and industrial.
That only,
Yeah.
that only industrial and commercial. But you know what, that raises a whole nother question.
Yeah, I don't want to get bogged down
I don't
with
want to go
it.
down on that,
Okay.
because it could be, like in the master 425 says, if a residential development wants to go north of 94, they could be 425 too, and that's not. So I guess that's a 425 master agreement glitch to me.
How did that ever happen?
Who knows?
Yeah, I was just
Well,
took back. I
whoever-
was like,
Whoever thought we'd lose 2,000 acres too.
well, and
It
that,
happens.
So I'm just typing, just so we don't lose our thoughts, but I've got on here, sorry if I have typos. Sure, we are monitoring the JPC efforts in any new 425 areas near Marshall Township properties. Do I want to delete that or am I keeping it?
Let's keep it for now.
Okay, and the next one was only 425 properties are zoned commercial or industrial for 425. I'll retype that, but for 425 agreements. That didn't come out right,
It's still a
but
working document.
it's a working document.
So
Yes, keep
dots
going.
in there.
Actually,
No, go ahead, go ahead.
well, you know, that's just all part of the master 425.
Yeah, but I think that's our focus. This is on economic development, right?
Okay, yep, I'm good with it.
Oops, that Steve, raise your hand or put something in the chat if you have anything to say. I'm going to keep going. All right. Okay, we are cruising. We're already on chapter 5. All right. Chapter 5.
There's only 12 chapters, no.
Public services, community facilities, and energy. I think this one's a very interesting page to focus on.
In the overview area, why don't we mention our fire department?
I think that's a good question. I have no idea.
Really, the only thing we offer our citizens, and it's not even mentioned in there.
You're right.
Here again, and I know I'm probably speaking out of line, but it seems like every one of these chapters, we're more worried about what we're doing with Marshall City than what we're doing with Marshall Township.
Yeah. I agree.
And I will remind all of us who sat in this room and
I
went.
mean,
through-
I'm not saying I know how to word it, I'm not good
No,
at
no,
that.
it's okay.
but-
You just type. You just talk. Yep. Which is why I want to bring the focus of what do we want our township
Well,
to
that's what
look
I'm
like?
saying.
Because respectfully, the city of Marshall master plan barely mentions us and certainly doesn't mention the JPC. So, moving right along, that's a fact. Public services in Marshall Township include the Marshall Township Fire Department, right?
Yep.
Public agencies beyond the township itself, including, do we want all those on here? I guess that's fine.
They don't have the ambulance authority.
Hmm.
They don't have the ambulance authority listed in there. That should be in there too, shouldn't it?
Should be.
I mean, if we got including the city of Marshall, Calhoun County Road Department,
We got a sheriff department.
Sheriff Department.
Well, we
Yeah,
might as well say
that's in there.
911 dispatch, and can we just say county departments? Or do you guys want to list them all?
Well, I think the fire department and then the ambulance.
Ambulance
The
authority?
ambulance service is serviced out of Marshall Township.
Oh,
next to
I
the
see
fire
what you're
station-
saying.
Next
So
to the
sh-
fire station, so
Okay,
they are in our area.
I understand. I'm on it.
And I don't know how you classify the Justice Center, the state, county and city, when they're all there, that transferred really to the city, didn't it?
Yeah. It says including, so it's not an all encompassing. I think we're good. So what I put up here is I put on here, why does that do that? Come on, where'd you go, mouse? Public services in Marshall Township include the Marshall Township Fire Department and Ambulance Authority, along with multiple public agencies beyond, right? Okay, that's fine. The goal of this chapter, it says, the township shall strive to maintain excellent public facilities, services, and infrastructure to serve the needs of its residents and businesses. So I put a couple notes here, I think in these areas, well, let me continue on
Do we
here.
need to change that to 15-mile road under the township government, the last line? It's not Myron Avery Drive anymore, is it?
No, okay.
Did we get a new
In this 15 now?
clerical designation too?
No, I think it's just the address, just the road name.
Road name.
I don't know if this is where I wrote some notes here, but. All right, hang on, I'm trying to do both screens.
I'm glad you can multitask. I can't even take these notes.
It's okay.
I'm counting on your notes you're typing in.
Yeah, you don't have to worry, we're not gonna put it all in, can't do everything. Okay, I don't think there's anything different, we're still a 5-member board, right? Marshalltown is a zone community, I didn't, apparently first enacted in 1955. It says and employs a zoning administrator, I sure hope we do, but we do, we have one
now.
regardless, maybe not even in-house, but we do have one. Additionally, there is a property tax administration and assessment department. Should there be anything changed here? No?
Sounds good to me.
All right, then it says water and sewer. I linked to the 425 agreements in this document. It goes right to our website where we have some of the 425 agreements so that, the public can go read them. Is there anything that anybody wants to change related to the paragraph? Now we're back to these 425 agreements again.
I kind of like that paragraph because it says the plan prioritizes 425 agreements for areas within the reach of the city water and sewer services to accommodate denser residential development and more intensive commercial and industrial development.
I think the point here is, just like Millbrook or anything else, if you get a denser residential development, it could potentially expand.
Right. And maybe, I don't know how you would say
I don't think you can.
Going back to the industrial side of things,
Mhm.
previous chapter,
Mhm.
Hughes Street area.
Mhm.
You know, we have consumers
Mhm.
to the west of consumers, and then on the south side of Hughes there,
Mhm.
and then with the residential development and stuff like that, do we want to make a statement as far as classifying anywhere, anything on that south side of Hughes, west of consumers as possible area for development?
It's up to, thoughts on that? Anything on Hughes A Drive, whatever we want to call it, west of Old 27, South Kalamazoo,
Squaw Creek.
that area,
Not touching Squaw Creek.
not yet to Scott Creek. Is there anything there? That's where you've got consumers, you've got residents and Marshall Township residents, as well as the new denser development of Millbrook coming in. And I think the question or the point was, is there anything that wants to be, from our previous chapter, that we want to designate in that area for any commercial development? Is that, Mick, are you thinking that, sorry, trustee, it's because of the consumer site that's out there?
Yeah, because that's industrial, light industrial, I guess is, because that's all ag residential zoned, I believe. It just popped in my head because of consumers on the south. City took over on the residential from Millbrook, the 425s on the north side of Hughes right there. I just didn't know if that was something that we should address as far as wanting to put anything more in there, like we're doing for Michigan Avenue, et cetera, and North 27.
Make comments on that? All right. Hearing none, we'll just leave as is. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, let me try to do this. Steve, I don't know if you can, I know you can't see us and I'm afraid to, but can you speak louder? Maybe we can hear you.
I sent you a text.
Oh, he sent me a text. Jeez. Okay. Oh, yes, he did. Pardon me, everybody. I have a text. I'll read it verbatim. Oh, geez, I'm sorry. He was waiting 20 minutes ahead of time. Sorry, Steve. You can include that we follow and enforce the current state of Michigan construction codes. Okay? And I assume you're talking about with sewer and water, correct?
Yeah, for what the township offers.
For what the
Let
township
anybody
offers.
know that we're under state code, nothing different. We don't have our own code, it's our state code.
Keep texting me. That seems to work. That way I don't get lost on the screen. All right, I put a note there. If that's not what you're talking about, shoot me a text and I'll make sure I read it out loud for the record. Okay. Did we get past that paragraph?
I think so.
Mhm. Water?
Water and sewage, is there a reason even to have them in there?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Is there a reason to have those next two paragraphs?
Because it
Water.
don't really pertain to our
Doesn't
township.
Water and sewage, well,
Doesn't pertain to the township.
got water in the township now.
No. we
Well,
don't.
yeah, for the fire station.
We got water down Verona Road.
But we're not accessible to it.
There's not supposed to be any water in those pipes yet.
Oh,
So,
I sure hope not. Okay,
right.
so
I don't know.
you know what? I don't necessarily disagree with you because number one, we don't know. I don't know how many miles.
no,
What's it say?
55 miles of water main.
It's all city stuff. I
It's
mean,
all
it goes
city
with city stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I really don't, like, I agree.
Same with the sewage treatment plant, who cares?
Okay, I'm deleting. If anybody changes their mind, we can deal with it later. Okay,
Do the township.
yeah. All right, sewage treatment. We don't care how many lift stations the city has, we're done. Okay, roads now. I love this section. So biased. I'm so biased, you guys. But I was on my best behavior in this page, honestly, I was. You know, obviously, the townships do not own roads. They are, I'm not gonna give the whole, presentation. So I think that's correct, right? We do have private roads. We have Calhoun County Road Department, county roads. We have Michigan Department of Transportation. I don't think any of that changed, right? What I was hoping to do here, and I think I made myself a note, is the county does have, that line may be better under township government. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'll make that change after, for sure, Steve. Thank you. Okay.
I believe if you checked, you'd find out that Calhoun County Road Commission lost their contract with the DOT.
Really? Okay, we can ask that question, and that's in terms of if they contract with, I'll ask that as a question. Okay. I can ask Christine Parsons that. Okay, but what I was thinking now, roads was a section in our survey, right? Everybody remember reading those sections, survey, the roads came
Yeah,
up?
everybody wants them fixed.
So I thought maybe what we could do here without getting bogged down tonight is I could add some information, those percentages of what folks said from the survey right in here. And then we are working with the county on those maps. They potentially are going to work out a map that shows the PACER rating, pavement surface evaluation and rating scale, that 1 through 10 on the township roads, and we can put that in here as well. We're not going to get into township business in terms of funding roads or infrastructure, but infrastructure is important. And I think from a planning commission perspective, we got to think about what's built must be maintained, right? So any of those private roads or local roads, we just need to follow our ordinance, right? So I don't think there's anything more.
I think showing that would be some good information.
I think so too.
For everybody, because there's a lot of questions out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Trying to understand it, it's different level of thinking, but at least the information will be there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and I can certainly, I could do pages on this, but I won't do that. All right, moving along. Since we don't own the roads, but we play a part. Under public safety, I took liberties here and changed what was in here because it was so small on the fire department. There was hardly any information. So I think it was our fire chief, Riggs, Chief Riggs, I think added some information to our website, maybe working with our website developers on information about the fire department. And I just cut and pasted from our website and put that in here. And I know you guys don't have it on your printed copy. It's directly from the website. And it updated, it says, this might change, maybe he can tell us if this is still the average, but that's what's on our website is 425 calls for service a year. So this is just an excerpt from our website put in here.
I like it.
It talks about, it says 2 fire stations. Station 1 is, I hope that's the newer address. I don't even know. Is it? Okay. And easily accessible. And then station 2 allows for quick response to I-94.
60?
Maybe Commissioner Riggs here can, it says we have 3,000 gallon tanker, 1,000 gallon engine, brush truck and medical response vehicle, able to maintain our stations, apparatus and equipment due to a voter approved special property tax of 1.5 mils. So again, all it is a cut and paste from the website.
Do we have something in there as far as fire millage or just,
Yes, just as.
special property tax? It's more of a fire millage, isn't it?
Yes, well,
I know it's tax, don't get me wrong, but
It's
I can put both property tax,
both.
fire millage.
it goes just to the fire department.
yeah, the 1.5 mils is the fire.
Yeah, but it
No.
doesn't say fire, just
Right,
says property.
right.
tax.
How about dedicated fire millage?
I don't know how to,
Yeah,
Joanna's better at wording the stuff than I
Oh,
am.
no. Okay,
voter approved,
did I spell that right? I
a
can't,
voter approved
For
fire.
fire, for fire equipment or
I
something.
can't even read that very good. Say that again. I'm sorry. What did you say? I was typing. Go ahead. Dedicated fire millage of 1.5 mils?
Yeah, that'd be good too.
A dedicated voter? Do you want to put vote? Oh, it says voter
Voter
approved.
approved.
It says voter
Fire
approved.
tax, yeah.
Yeah.
One point.
Yeah, because all we had before was this little paragraph. Well, it was a little bit longer, but go ahead. Yep.
Voter approved special property tax dedicated fire goals.
Yeah, I mean, we can put that differently. How do you want to, where do you want to put that?
Voter approved tax, voter approved fire tax.
We just put fire millage instead of special
Voter
property tax?
approved, voter approved fire millage
Fire millage, yeah.
of
I like that.
1.5 mils.
Yeah, I like that.
Too many adjectives in there.
Okay. And if anybody wants to run the keyboard, feel free. All right.
Should we put on along with gifts?
I don't know anything.
You don't,
Is this, and maybe, is this a current picture of the fire? Is that the same fire truck we have? Okay, all right, sorry, don't need, no, okay.
It's red, it's close.
Energy,
staying in red.
you guys, we're in energy, so, here we go.
Wait a minute, you skipped broadband and
Oh, I did?
law
Oh,
enforcement.
law enforcement. I did, I'm so sorry, keep me on my toes. All right, I'm in law enforcement.
And if the board is listening, I don't see the need to increase law enforcement as expenditures from the township. The subject was brought up at the township meeting.
Yeah.
And as we've lost people, we've already been covered adequately. It doesn't make sense for us to spend money when the city will be covering
I think
what we
that
have.
paragraph is good.
Commissioner
it is.
Summers, I agree.
You know, I mean, it's-
Under law enforcement though, aren't we paying for an enhanced patrol person though?
We are right now,
yes,
but,
20K,
I'm sorry?
20K a year.
but it does say, I mean, it doesn't say we're paying
Right.
extra, but it just says it's provided by the Cameron County Sheriff's
what we
Office,
have. Yeah.
Michigan State Police.
Mhm.
It's
I guess my
long.
statement
Sheriff's
is, I just think we're adequate where we're at. Because there's rumors of increased.
Wrong meeting.
I know. But there's some people listening.
You would have stayed through the whole meeting the other night. You could make that comment.
I'm only on halfway.
She did. Yeah, well,
I know. I could have got up and talked.
Okay. I put on there, I'll wordsmith it, but I do think we need to put on here with enhanced service provided from the township general funds, right? Aren't we paying for the sheriff's?
Mhm.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that we do contribute from the
Yeah,
township.
that we do contribute. I mean, I think that's, we're paying for it. I mean, it's supposed to be enhanced. That's probably not the place
where
to
it
put
says a
it.
state police post, so should that be it's called the consolidated law enforcement
Yeah,
because
Yeah,
the
law-
sheriff, the state police and the city are on there together. I mean,
Consolidated. Law
Right, but it
Enforcement Post.
encompasses their post. Because the post covers
I would,
further south.
I would put
consolidated
it-
law enforcement officer or whatever post.
I'd put a comma after office. Because we're getting sheriff's coverage anyway, but then separate the phrase with enhanced. That will
Yep.
signify an additional
Yep.
guy out there.
Yeah, that we pay for.
How about a consolidated law enforcement office is located in the city of Marshall?
Yeah,
Yes, it is now.
yep.
Is it?
Well, I would just say the consolidated law enforcement office. In the
You have to
city of
say where
Marshall.
it's at.
Yeah.
You don't have to, don't give them another feather. Instead of city marshal, put in the area. That was
I
taken.
need that a lot bigger, you guys. I'm trying to type out. Don't worry about my typos. Okay.
Either at
Okay.
Brewer 17 Mile Road or North 27.
17-mile road, Kalamazoo.
Okay, I'm on broadband. The community survey noted that blank of participants felt township-wide access to broadband internet was very important. I have to look at the survey and I'll put
I
that
don't think-
number in there.
Did we have a question on broadband in the survey?
We did, we had.
Yes.
We did.
Okay.
I
People
just-
thought it was very important.
I just don't know what the percentage number was without me digging it out, so in case anybody wants to dig, it's okay, I'll find it. Is there anything else you want on broadband? Internet was very important or important. We'll update that. The Calhoun County Broadband Task Force continues to work toward this goal by conducting surveys. I mean, this has been a long time. I don't know where the Calhoun County broadband is.
And the township doesn't provide any of that service, so,
Okay, I'm just gonna delete it.
yeah.
And if there's something more we should put on that, we will do it.
Well, and it's being, they put a new one in my front yard.
Well, that isn't noted in here because some folks do have access to, is it FiberNet? No.
We have fiber optic internet.
I've got access to 3 companies.
You do? Well, maybe, let me write myself a note. I think I can find out what fiber is available in the township.
But I don't think it's available everywhere.
No, I don't think it is either. I can find that.
Because you checked and you couldn't get what we've got.
Mm-mm.
Well, but it goes south. It's going south down 12 Mile.
Let me see if I can find
That
something
new
at the
company,
state
that
level on that.
MEC or something. Did you
Or
guys
maybe
get
even
any?
the county
Well, I
broadband.
thought under Biden's infrastructure bill, they were gonna get
Other stuff that we've had forever.
high-speed internet everywhere.
Yeah, right, you
I
kind
don't know. But
Didn't-
there, we
didn't
also
say
have,
when.
we also have franchise fees or the Metro Act that we're supposed to be getting money for some of this stuff too, for communications things. So I don't know if
Go
that's
with other
part of that.
people, but it's still.
All right, let's focus on energy, because we're on, I think we're on chapter 5, maybe, I don't know what chapter this is, but energy. Okay,
Yeah.
what would you guys like to add to energy? I have some thoughts, but I'll wait for you guys. So there are 1,000 acres of solar farms in Marshall Township right now.
Yeah.
Between, where? H14, is it 13 is our little one? Is that where the little one is?
I thought they only went for 500 acres.
I believe it's a
Minimum
1,000.
of 5. Has to be a minimum of 5 to, that was what our ordinance was, but it doesn't matter anymore. Because the state can override that.
I have a graph I can put in here for this. I did a little study. Current solar development,
Is maxed out.
includes 1,000 acres of previous farmland, right? I can put a picture in here too. Insert photo. Anything you want me to add on that?
Very poorly maintained.
Down at the bottom, there's a thing that says which shows, and it said percentage of respondents were opposed to further solar installations. We could add our percentage in there.
Okay, I will do that.
When we analyze it.
Yep. Is there anything else wordsmithing wise anybody wants to add on this?
No, and I like that next one too, because it reflects the current,
Opinion.
survey too, that the people are not supportive of wind.
Okay. So no other changes here?
I wouldn't change anything.
No, looks good.
Okay. Oh, there's one picture. This is the one I think on 13 Mile I took. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
All right, now back to what are our principles from this area? And then what are our actions, right? So this next one, I think is, the first one I think is interesting. Ensure safe roadways and ongoing maintenance in cooperation with the Calhoun County Road Department.
You know,
How are we going to do that?
I have an issue with that because that's really not a planning commission issue. That's a board issue, in my view. I mean, we don't zone roads, we're zoning. We don't zone, we don't propose taxes, we don't do any of that. That's, to me, that's all a board issue and a board action between them and the Calhoun County Road Department.
Okay, delete.
How does, well, I don't know, how does everybody else feel?
Well, it's definitely not a PC item, action item, daily, day to day.
Definitely isn't. I think the next one though, I think where we have a role, if you look at roads in our zoning ordinance, is I think that we should ensure that the development, plans for
Yes.
connectivity, and maintenance meaning if you're gonna have, again, any maintenance agreement has to come with the County Road Department, not us, right? But when,
On a public road.
on a
yes.
public road.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't even know private roads. I mean, we
Yeah.
could, I don't know.
I think that would be an action item.
Yeah, all right, so plan that new development, right, that development in general, right?
Mhm.
Considers, I'm just typing connectivity and long-term, and
State accepted what would you call it?
and CC, well, it just needs to follow our zoning ordinance. Our zoning ordinance already says they have to be built to standards, to the County Road Department standards. Plan that development considers connectivity and maybe that's it. But just follow our zoning ordinance, right? Plan that development considers connectivity and in accordance with our zoning ordinance, right? I mean, is that a given though? What do we want roads to do? What is our role in roads and infrastructure?
I think our role on roads would be developing an ordinance for private roads. That would be an action item, I think, but
Well, but we need to put that as a planning principle and
Yes.
objective, right?
yeah,
So consider,
develop ordinance for private roads.
why can't I type? Don't we have something in there for private roads, so you want to review it?
Do we have something there in private roads?
Mm-hmm. It still needs to be built to standards. Do we want private roads?
Do we have a choice? Because if that Wyatt Ferreira, we've turned him down for a property split, if he takes his driveway and supposes that it's a private road, then for him to develop his property.
Maybe our planning principles and objectives would be, the principle should be monitor the amount of private roads. An action item would be review our ordinance for private roads, so we all know what it says.
Because I sure don't know what it says.
I know I reviewed it for the Wyatt situation. I can tell you, I'll give you an example. We had a township in Kalamazoo where they had a ton of private roads. Well, after a while, these roads get in disrepair, right? They don't last forever, but nobody wants to pay to get them improved, that live along it.
I.e. Kesselwood.
So a lot of times then they want either the public entity, maybe the road department, to take it over, but it never has the specifications or anything to meet standards.
Wasn't built.
Wasn't built to standards, and they don't want to bring them up to current standards. But then the township has issues as well, because some of these roads, you couldn't get a fire truck under them anymore. So they have an obligation then to maintain that road for safety. So then you got Public Act, I forget what number it is, I used to have them by heart, but where they ended up going through the process of assessing and doing a special assessment, because you can do that at the township board level, in order to get that road improved. So a lot of times when things are built, doesn't matter if it's a non-motorized trail, if it's a road, it's great until it's not been maintained.
Right.
Yeah, that all falls back on the obligation of the zoning administrator to oversee what's going on when they ask for special
Yeah.
zoning.
Maybe we don't put anything in here for private roads and planning and principles, but we make it a point to review what our ordinance
Mhm.
says for private roads.
That could be under action.
Yeah, under action. Okay, so let me get rid of that. Cooperative plan areas for 425 agreements with the city of Marshall and coordinate development areas within the future land use plan.
What is that? What is that? I don't,
I say delete it,
I say too, because I think,
unless somebody tells me what that means, because didn't we put that in the other one? All right, let's delete it for now. We can always put it back.
I don't.
Major new developments along with areas with failing septic systems or that are close to water courses or groundwater recharge areas will be prioritized for collaboration with the city of Marshall's for service.
Yeah, but you don't want anybody to think if their septic goes bad, I can hook up to the city.
Yeah, or that I've got to hook up to the
Yeah.
city.
But that's not, what do we do with that as a planning commission?
Nothing. Well,
And that's the,
Unless we want, I
they're
mean,
required
we
to.
do,
Correct, I can 425 it and get city water. and
well, you can do a petition, but
You
I
gotta
do have
pay
to
for it.
remember that we are giving this to the township board. I mean, our residents are giving us feedback and ultimately the township board has to approve it because it's, what do we want our township to look like in the future, right? So in the future or even now, do we want, is this what we want? Is this our guidance?
well, I don't like that word prioritized. I mean, I just say it should be addressed. I wouldn't want to put anything in there with collaboration with the city, because they're just, like you say, they're just gonna 425 it. It's just gonna go to the city then. They're just gonna lose more.
Okay, I'll figure that out.
I don't know, what does everybody else think? I'm just throwing my mind out there,
That sounds good, Joanna.
my twisted mind.
Reviewed for options.
But
And what are the options?
what are the options? Get a new septic system.
Well, yeah, I mean, my septic system failed. I mean, my dry well, I had to put a new dry well in.
Well, does anybody know, do we have areas in the township, because I know, from my background in the past, but that we have continuous failing septic systems?
So I know.
Everybody's failed someday,
Right.
but it's, I mean, well, see, then it says
But what-
that are close to water courses and groundwater
Well,
recharge.
and that's all regulated by the health department anyway.
So it's really just kind of out of our hands.
You know,
That's
and-
a
But again,
county health department.
yeah, what are we gonna do with that? Like, when you
Well-
had your septic system failed, what did you come to the township?
No,
Had to get a permit.
from the health department. I didn't get one from the township, just like my well.
Our township's gonna go broke.
Well, the first part of that, major new developments, of course, we should be involved. But along with failing septic, takes it in a whole different direction.
Yeah.
You got two
How about
different
major-
subjects. You got two
major-
different subjects there.
Well, major new developments
And then slash the rest of the stuff right off.
are, major new developments are close to,
Well, wait a minute.
I don't know.
We're talking about, this particular section was about roads, energy, what was it called? you guys?
Infrastructure, isn't it?
And infrastructure, right? So,
Public services, community facilities, and energy.
right, remember, it's in our township, not every major new development has to be 425. I mean, it could be, don't we already have like zoning ordinance? Our zoning
Sure.
ordinance already speak to this area?
Yeah, because a major new development
They would have to
could
follow
be,
our
could
order.
be a housing development.
Like they've already put out on 16 and a half. All that would have fallen under our zoning ordinances.
Right.
So what's our, so,
So do we need this?
no, because what it's planning principles and objectives. I mean, there's nothing for us to do.
All right, let's go to the next one. Again, we can always adjust. Alternative energy sources for residential and commercial applications are supported when facilities and equipment are planned and built on properties in a manner sensitive to neighbors and the natural environment.
Well, we kind of threw that out with the big solar farm.
Well, what about,
Yeah, but from what I understand, if I want to put solar on the roof of my building,
right,
Well, I think residential solar should be encouraged. We should encourage it.
So should I get rid of commercial, just residential are
Well,
supported?
I think commercial, because it talks about commercial application, and it goes down on properties in a manner sensitive to neighbors and the natural environment. But really, we've been taken out of the commercial
Well, we have an ordinance that speaks
part
to
of
it.
it, yeah.
But I don't like the fact that it says it's supported. Like, I'm not gonna support everything potentially. I might not, right? But that makes it sound like you're just gonna support it. You're gonna support those applications, right? But it just follows our ordinance.
and yeah, it's just,
Just follow our ordinance.
But-
Alternative energy for sources for residential and commercial applications. Yeah.
But most of this is supposed to follow our, do we
Everything's
have a
supposed to-
principal thing we want to stand on for, what's our objective in this area? Now, keep in mind our survey, I might add.
Well, under 5, I think our objective is the last sentence or the last part, in a manner sensitive to neighbors and the natural environment.
yeah,
I think that's the highlight.
Alternative energy sources are built on properties in a manner sensitive to neighbors and the natural environment.
Yes, I like that.
Okay? What about in industrial and commercial areas?
What about, I mean, should they be,
425.
you mean, should they only be allowed in industrial or? So you don't want someone to have solar on their home,
You see, that's residential. Remember, our ordinance has two parts, residential and commercial.
right? So then
Already covers it.
Our ordinance does, yeah. Okay, let's leave it.
how about commercial alternative energy sources? Should be limited, well, I don't know.
Let's leave it for right now, and then we'll continue on. Okay. Improve township services and facilities to best serve the residents, landowners, and businesses. Isn't that what we're trying to do on anything?
Yep.
Yeah, but there again,
Is it good to have that statement in here?
yes,
All right, moving along. What are our action items? Are we going to identify and assess road funding options in collaboration with the CCRD?
again, I think that's a board issue.
I agree.
They
As much as I
passed
love
them.
it. As much as I love it.
More work for the board.
You passed them, didn't you?
Yeah,
I
and
mean-
the board can look at the survey and see what the thoughts were on, supportive of a millage or any of those discussions. So that was those questions. So what are our action items based on our planning principles and objectives? It says identify funding sources and partnerships to expand broadband access throughout the township.
Again, that's not a zoning thing,
Okay,
in my view.
okay, I'm just deleting, I can undo.
Okay, so.
So
for
what would we like
actions-
to do based on our planning principles and objectives? We've got plan the development considers connectivity for roads, alternative energy should be built on properties in a manner sensitive, and improve township services. I don't know which that we need to improve on. I mean, that's that's just a general. So what are our action items? Do you want to review the private road ordinance area?
Yeah, I think we should continue to monitor and update ordinance on private roads. And maybe the same thing for the solar.
For residential?
Yeah, for residential solar. Well, should we put solar or alternative energy?
alternative?
Because that, gosh, I don't know.
Do we put anything on here about, do we put anywhere, maybe it's in the other chapter, anything about data centers or battery storage? God bless you.
Well, I think
Because we have an action item that we wanted to look at battery storage ordinances, right?
this is
In
just,
our goals for this year.
this is just my view. I think we should, develop an ordinance for battery storage, to be in, industrial zoned areas only.
Okay,
That's just my view.
right. Okay, well, let's, instead of saying exactly what we, like to be for sure want it, that let's consider a battery storage ordinance in zoning areas. Because we have that in our
Explore.
goals, or explore, that might be better.
Explore, yeah.
Explore might be better.
Explore,
Yeah, okay.
explore the legalities of it.
Okay, doesn't mean we have to adopt one, but we can
Right.
figure out what that means. All right, we're just making ourselves a lot more work. Moving along to chapter 6. We are cruising at almost 9 o'clock. Steve, I hope you're still with us and I hope it's nice and warm where you are. Chapter 6, land use. This is a very, very important chapter. So if we don't get through it tonight, we'll have to continue on, but this is where taking everything that we've done and ultimately what we're going to say here tonight is going to have a direct reflection on the actual map for the future land use. So where would we like to start? Is the goal, let's look at the goal. Future land use within the township shall be developed in a manner that is sensitive to agriculture areas. Oh, this is what we read all the time. I have some thoughts on this, but I'll wait till you guys have.
Well, I have two.
Did Steve say anything? Yep, hang on. Steve mentioned that solar is regulated by the state building code as well,
Right, yeah.
and potentially the Michigan Public Service Commission.
Yeah, I think probably what he's talking about is like for residential.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Okay. Anything here under overview?
Yeah. I don't like the word sensitive. Shall be developing. I think, I just go back to our survey and it's, people want to preserve. Preserve the ruralness and they want to preserve farmland. They want to encourage, I mean, because you can't stop people from doing what they want with their land. I mean, they want to rent it to solar, they rent it to solar, but I think we should encourage them. I don't know.
All right, well, let me know if I struck out what we're trying to say. I said, I got future land use within the township shall be developed. Do we want to say even shall be developed?
Yeah, that's.
Future land use within the township shall be developed in a manner that I typed preserves farmland.
Shall be. In a manner.
Shall be considered.
Shall be developed in a manner to.
Shall be considered in a manner?
That is.
In future land use, considered.
Yeah, considered in a manner that preserves farmland.
Future land use within the township shall what be developed in a manner
No.
that preserves
Shall be,
farmland?
how about if, future land use in the township shall be considered in a manner. Does that sound right? Considered in a manner?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it should be future land use developed in the township shall be considered in a manner that is sensitive to, manner that preserves farmland.
Repeat. future land within the township.
Future land use development in the township shall be considered in that doesn't sound right either.
What is it that we want? Just say it, and then I'll just type it. We can figure out how to wordsmith it. Future land use
We
within
want
the.
to encourage.
Future land use doesn't always mean development, though.
Right.
Right.
I think the objective of most everyone was to, I'm not gonna say preserve farmland, but to and I don't wanna say limit development, but to keep what we have as much as possible, whether it be open spaces or, I don't know.
So you're working on the goal? That's what you're working on the goal statement?
Yeah.
So our goal should be that we support and convey the residents of Marshall Township's opinion or their needs and goals. So that we make the statement that we're doing what the people of the township want.
Future.
They actually put a
future
percent
land use
statement
within
within that
township shall be
paragraph.
developed in a manner.
Survey items.
So two things, Commissioner Summers, I think I can add what you just said. Should be like, maybe that should be like the first page of the whole
Right.
master plan, right? Listening to our people, right? Okay. And then Commissioner and Trustee Woods mentioned that, what did you just say, Commissioner Woods?
Is there an ESCA?
Future land use will be focused on preserving farmland.
Future land will direct.
You said, what did you say? Oh my gosh, I've totally lost it. Rewind. I know, me too. I totally don't remember. It'll come to me in a second. All right.
But, you know, in my readings.
Oh, the percentages, add the percentages.
In my readings on
The surveys.
the, well, not so much that, but just state level stuff. We have to prepare for growth. It's inevitable. So our job is how do we manage that growth? So the statement should reflect a management perspective towards that growth, because growth is going to happen either residential or commercial. We can kind of zone where we want particular things to go, light industrial versus, then we have ag residential, or we can go to, got 1 and 2 in the residential side, more density areas and things like that. So we have to keep in mind that growth, part of it is going to be there. We can't put in a restrictive statement, like saying preserve what's already there, because.
Well, but that's what zoning does, is place restrictions.
I know, but to put a statement in there, we're going to preserve what we have now, that's not,
Can't do
that
that.
wouldn't hold up.
Yeah, you can't hold that up.
But what is growth, right? Tell me what that means, growth.
Change.
Is it change? Does it mean bigger? Does it mean,
Growth, well, growth could take
An
on,
increase of what you have already. It's going to be an increase in the number of houses. It's going to be an increase in probably small businesses, increase in commercial of varying degrees. And
This whole section.
what page are you on? Are you in my same book?
106.
Yep, I was trying to find it. There has a,
106.
you're a step ahead of me. I was exactly looking at.
Mission, vision, and goal. But it just talks about Projection for future growth, the second paragraph.
Yeah, so I'll read this. I'm reading from the Township Guide to Planning and Zoning, and I had good intentions of making copies for the whole Planning Commission of this, and I have not had the chance to, but I will. There's a whole chapter dedicated to the master plan. And what Trustee Wright is mentioning is under direction, vision, and goals, it's number 3 on page 106. A direction for future growth is often identified in 2 ways. It may evolve from the township's desire to remedy some existing or projected concern, or it may be based on achieving the ideal vision of the township's future. As a result, the township's growth goals and policies should be formulated following a careful study of needs, concerns, and existing policies. There's other areas in here too. And it says, there are many ways to state the future direction of the township. A vision statement may be expressed in a few sentences or a paragraph, right? It says, in addition, specific goals may be established to help implement the vision statement. And, I'm skipping here, but it says the language used for the township's goals must be carefully and thoughtfully drafted. Saying that the township goal is to protect the quiet rural character of the township is admirable, but provides little guidance. Rural character can mean many things to many people. A goal to keep the character of the township primarily agricultural with homes in rural settings more clearly identifies the township's goal. So again, some of these are, word salad, right? Some of these, they don't guide us to a specific, what is it that we want to do? Like if something comes before us and we go to the master plan, well, what is the master plan telling us? So again, it says, an example, this is just an example, a goal to keep the character of the township primarily agricultural with homes in rural settings. That's an example of more clearly identifying the township's goal. So whatever it is we want based on what we've heard, we just need to say it.
So that sounds like they've already taken that from someplace.
Oh yeah,
They've dealt with that.
There's a ton of examples of that in
They've
here.
dealt with that before, this very issue, and that pretty much sums up what we would like to say, doesn't it? I also like this too, goals should provide guidance but not be too detailed.
And part 5 talks about future land use too, so it's about.
Yeah, I'll make sure I'll have this out to you guys. I just have to come in here and copy it. I tried to get it online, but you have to pay for the book. So if anybody wants the book, let me know and I can order it for you.
Mick got them for most of us. Isn't that one of the ones you got for us? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I've got it at home.
So everybody,
I didn't look through it,
Have a copy.
yeah, okay, everybody should have it.
except Smidley. He's
Oh, I
new.
got one.
You got one?
I think you got me one.
Okay.
Christina's probably got one too.
So again, based on what I just read, and I know you guys don't have it in its entirety, what do we want the goal for our chapter 6 land use to be? I think we just need to say it. And
I liked what it said in there. I thought that was perfect. Just take it word for word right out of there.
Anybody?
Or keep it just the way it is. Shall be developed in that manner that is sensitive to the agricultural areas, existing neighborhoods, natural resources. That's basically, we want it, to me, that's just saying, hey, in our particular instance, keeping it
I would
on the
agree.
line where we're at right now.
I would agree.
Come back
That
full
would work.
circle to it, so.
All right, I don't.
Unless that's not strong enough, but.
I think the only thing is it strong enough? Because look what happened. But maybe there was other things that, swayed that.
I agree.
All right, I can just keep it. I don't know how to undo here on this, but we'll just leave it for right now. And I'm going to put a big note to keep it for right now. And I'll just add the data from the survey to this as well. You can always come back to it later. Okay. Oops. All right. Existing land use. I made myself a note here. Obviously, I've been waiting to hear too, some of what Trustee Woods gave us tonight might help us with filling in the percentages of existing land use and the acreage. I think the next paragraph that says, as mentioned earlier, the Michigan Avenue East corridor includes a number of businesses. Do we need to have that again? It already was mentioned earlier. Do we need to put it in here
No.
again?
Not really.
Do we have any sense of new zoning districts? Wasn't there a we have to look at the corridor overlay district or something? Wasn't there a new zoning district that we were supposed to look at?
Yeah, I think we were gonna change weren't we gonna change the corridor from the old Michigan Avenue to this new one?
Yeah, which we have to totally review. So I think here, if we could just get rid of what's already been stated, I don't know why we have to state it again, right? But then oops. Deleted the whole other thing. Sorry, you guys.
The only reason I think that's there is somebody just goes to chapter 6 first, and then they'll see that last paragraph, and they'll backtrack to
So you should.
looking at a
Should we
previous
leave it?
chapter.
So what does that mean? Do you want me to delete it or keep it?
I think deleted, it says as mentioned earlier, so I repeat it.
All right, I don't think there's anything wrong that says new zoning districts may be required to be drafted and adopted prior to rezoning land. That could be true all the time, right? So I think that's okay to keep, right?
Mhm.
Okay, what about the timing section?
Timing, where we at?
The timing and appropriateness, is it continuing on, or did I skip something, you guys?
Where we at?
Still under existing land?
So we skipped over urban growth boundary?
I thought it was rolling here, is it not? Oh, did I skip it? Yeah, hang on, you guys. Yeah, back to the same page.
27.
Yep, hang on. So there it is, urban growth boundary.
She took it all out.
No, it deleted it. I know. I don't know how to, where's my undo? I feel so stupid on this thing. Let me see if it's up here. Oh, here it is. Review.
Joanna?
Yeah. Oh, Control D?
Z.
Z. Oh, I'm doing it on their computer instead of this one. Duh. That could be the problem. Oh my God, multitasking. Okay.
Well,
There we go.
you deleted it visually,
Yeah,
so you gotta do it again.
there we go. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here and sticking it out with us. Okay. Sorry, guys.
I'm committed now.
Yeah, I know. I know you are. I know you're committed. I appreciate it. Now you have to, because now you have to give me all the keyboard and keep me off of this keyboard. Okay, you guys, as mentioned earlier, the Michigan Avenue East, I think we're gonna delete that part. And then I'm afraid to do it now. Urban growth boundary, here we are. And I wrote myself a note right here that said, hey, boundary to be reviewed. Okay, Commissioner Sly, I know you have some things you want to say about this.
I think that's one of the most important parts of our master plan.
Okay,
And if you look at our current future land use map, the urban growth boundary is huge. And if you look at that and consider that if that was all developed along with the mega site, we would have about maybe half of our township left
if you
in rural. I mean, I don't understand. I'm looking at north of 94 here. I mean, they've got the urban growth boundary, far away from roads, far away from 16 Mile Road. It goes all way over to Bear Creek. And it actually follows Bear Creek the whole way, just south of Bear Creek. I don't understand why they would consider that urban growth boundary.
Residential side of the house.
Right, but housing's allowed in ag. Urban growth, to me, says more R2 and R3 along with commercial and industrial. I mean, that's urban. And that also comes along 15 Mile Road here. Takes quite an area in there, along 15 and Michigan Avenue, M96, whatever.
Well, don't we, so where do you think the urban growth boundary should be?
Well, it depends on what you're looking at. To me, I look at it, in the northern part, I look at it like Mick said, mostly for housing, except along maybe I-94 and the I-94 27 interchange.
For how much? Just like, what, a mile each direction?
Oh, I wouldn't even think a mile,
A half a mile?
but you see what I'm saying? I mean, it goes way up here.
No, I agree, but I'm just trying to write
I
what,
mean, if all that was developed into urban, I mean, that's almost as big as, that's probably 2/3 of the size of the city.
I'll give you my 2 cents. Is
Let's
I
hear
think,
it.
I mean, we can all talk through this. So since trustee Wright is sitting there right next to the map, and I know we don't have the camera on for everybody to see it, although I do have them, I had them up on the screen, I can have them up on the screen, but go ahead. Well, the urban growth boundary right now is all the way, keep going, keep going, keep
Yep.
going, keep going, keep going. So,
I assume this is that too.
And that, yeah.
yeah, so
Well-
I'll give you my 2 cents about it, is that, first of all, you do not have to have an urban growth boundary. Let me make sure I mention that right off the
It's
bat.
not required.
It's not required to have, I already did my homework on that. You don't have to have an urban growth boundary. So my 2 cents is that the urban growth boundary should be limited to the same thing we said before, which is sections 19, 30, 28, and 29. There's my 2 cents.
Sorry, what numbers again?
It's basically the major campus area. So 28, 29, if I'm not mistaken, 29, 30, and 19 maybe? Because I'll go back to, and Commissioner Sly said it right, we have residential that's applicable in ag. Or we don't have to have an urban growth boundary. I think there's something in here about that.
So some of the thing is like, if you just do those boxes, like this is part of 20. So if you did all of 20 with that go here,
Right.
is there a benefit to having a line?
Yeah, there is, like you could say,
Urban growth boundary on it. I'm looking at this one.
That's where that dotted line is.
Oh,
between M96 and Old Michigan Avenue. Right?
yeah, gotcha.
Or maybe the
Yeah.
new map might be the good way to
Right
look at
Yeah,
it.
this is probably better one here, right? Does this have it? Yes, it has, this is the new, I don't know, it's funny that,
Well, maybe I don't have that right then. Old Michigan Avenue, right?
Old Michigan Avenue is here. This is Old Michigan Avenue.
M96,
And then this is it kind of comes down.
Right.
over.
So,
And there's not a lot of room in the old Michigan Avenue corridor there. Not
no,
much. You got a big old water tower that took up a whole bunch of space.
Yeah, like right in here or something.
But
Yeah, but that's on the south side. We're talking about the north side.
I'm talking the south side.
You're talking, well, we don't control the south side. That's 425. That's the mega site.
But what I'm saying is that's where the urban growth should be.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying you don't think there should be any on the north side, any? I
Very
mean,
limited. I mean, it goes back-
what is urban growth? I mean, is that different than
So-
commercial?
what's your definition of urban growth then?
Yeah, that's,
right.
Well, here's a different.
that's what I'm asking. Is urban growth, is that housing or is that along with?
Or is it commercial?
It could be
commercial.
both. It could be both.
Is rental housing commercial or is that housing?
I
Anything
would
that's.
say
not
that's housing like
industrial, commercial.
R3 or something. I don't know.
I'm just looking for classification, not
So
zoning.
this stuff in red is obviously still township here.
I'll give you the AI's version of what it is, even though I have it in here. Urban growth refers to the increase in population and the expansion of cities and people move from rural areas to the urban centers, often driven by economic opportunities and social changes. It can lead to larger metropolitan regions and impacts land use, density, and urban planning. So basically, it's where do we want this increase, this growth, right? And how far do we want it to go into the township?
So again, I think, are we talking housing or are we talking commercial? Because
It
housing,
could be both.
I don't think there's an issue with housing like in ag.
All right, well then if you
But
focus
but
it
if-
on commercial and industrial, remember our earlier chapters, where is that?
But if you're talking residential R3,
Right,
that makes a big difference.
right.
You know, like Millbrook. I mean, would you want Millbrook type developments all the way through here? I mean, that's a lot.
Do you guys want? What do you want?
Well,
What is it that you want for the future of the township?
It's not what we want, it's what the survey, what the people want.
And what do the people want?
Rural. They want rural. I mean, to me, that was plain. Every question about farmland or rural or solar or industrial, commercial,
They didn't want it.
the percentages were more, they don't want it.
And R1, R2 is already acceptable under ag.
R1 is, I'm not sure if R2 is.
Well, okay.
Well, look at,
R1 is single family.
yeah,
R1 and ag, you gotta have 2 acres, I think, 330 feet of road frontage.
well, I think on this new map, it's a draft map. It's got the R1 and R2 areas, so that would be anything right now that's orange and yellow.
All the yellow spots.
Mhm. That's what's zoned R1.
Right.
I think the question is, what I think Commissioner Sly is looking up is whether or not R2 is applicable in ag zoning, right?
R2 and R3,
Excuse me,
yeah.
yeah, and the answer is yes? Oh, sorry.
Are they acceptable in
Yeah.
ag?
No, that doesn't mean you couldn't always come for a zoning change.
Yeah, that's my
None
thought
of this
process.
is-
Everything,
Right.
if we were to scrub it, future PCs would get more zoning requests.
Well,
More requests, well, we'd have to,
Well, not necessarily.
okay.
going back to the Zaharsky thing, that was an R2,
Mhm.
and that was denied because it says R2 needs to be near city services,
Yeah,
close to city services.
which comes back to the expansion then potentially
Of the city services,
of 425, right?
yeah.
So, commissioners, urban growth boundary. Do we want it? If yes, where do we want that urban existence to exist in our township? Or do we want to not have an urban growth boundary?
My only concern with doing away with one is then we open ourselves up to anywhere, anything anywhere.
Well, you almost are anyway.
Well, you got a zoning, that's what the zoning ordinance is for though.
Everything can still be zoned,
It's still zoned.
I
right?
I really don't see the purpose of the boundary.
I just look at it like if someone could say there are no boundaries to urban growth, then
So what would you say for urban growth boundary then?
I just like to reduce it down Well, I don't, because, see, I don't know. I still am stuck on what all it entails. If it,
So let's read what we said it is. Marshall Township has established an urban growth boundary on its future land use map, right there and what you have here, to provide a framework for where, whatever a framework is, for where more intense development and public infrastructure investments such as water and sewer are generally planned.
okay, so let's stop there.
So where do you want that to be?
Do we want water and sewer throughout that whole urban growth boundary?
Well, it says inside the boundary, commercial and industrial developments.
Are more appropriate and feasible.
So,
Yeah, but you got the Castlewood subdivision and they're all just wells and stuff. Like,
Right,
but they're within the
within the
growth
urban
boundary,
growth
so
boundary.
that means that we can put a factory next door to them.
well, it means you could put the city services out there, or that's encouraged. It's a framework for more intense development and public infrastructure investments such as water and sewer.
And like Joanna says, you gotta remember, it says framework in there,
So-
so it doesn't mean.
I really don't see the need to have a boundary. I think that it's because of our zone. If you were a township that wasn't zoned early on, 25 years ago, maybe it's appropriate, but for us, I don't see the need.
Commissioners, thoughts? Commissioner Summers, I'm assuming you would lean towards removing the urban growth boundary.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Commissioner, again, we're not voting, this is just putting it on paper, so we have something to move forward with. Commissioner Woods? I mean, we have it already, what we say it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll lean to going away with.
Okay. Commissioner Riggs,
What was the question, ma'am?
do we want to, is there anything you want to change, the boundary limits?
Or do you
Or
wanna do-
leave
or
as
do you
is,
wanna do
or
away
do you
with
want to
it?
get away, or do away with it?
I think, well, yeah, either do away with it or change it.
Which would you prefer?
I can
Away
see
with
it keeping it, I just don't, north of 94, at one point, we always said water and sewer was gonna stop at 94.
Yeah,
So north of 94, to me, it should not be an urban. But
Okay.
things change.
and this isn't concrete, this is a guide.
Future land use?
Yes.
It is, except for everybody goes to it and says, hey.
Right, but we've referred to it and not gone by it too.
That's true.
So I don't have a problem with doing away with it. And seeing what maybe we get feedback from at the open house.
Okay. Done.
See what other people think about it, if they want it. And if so, what they would like to limit it.
So I'm thinking that, you know, this is allowing things to come in that's, you know, already covered. It's still zoned areas,
Well, I guess I'm,
but the default is you take the boundary away. There's still ordinances covering those areas.
And I just checked our zoning ordinance, and I have to double check myself, assuming I did it quickly here. If our zoning ordinance speaks to an urban growth boundary, and I didn't see anything in there, it didn't come up in my search. So I'm just trying to make sure we're not in conflict.
right. My biggest thing on the wording here is, it says to provide a framework for more intense development. So that to me tells me in here, we're we're encouraging more development and more public infrastructure like water and sewer. And I don't think that's what's reflected in
What the community wants.
the survey.
Commissioner Buller just mentioned, he said urban growth will most likely create more 425s.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
the way it's structured right now, doesn't matter if there's urban growth or not, 425s can still be
Still have it.
submitted, so.
All right, let's keep going.
So what do we decide?
I deleted it,
Okay.
right? That's what I heard.
I'm gonna-
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, does it impact at all the state boundary commission? In terms of like what can be annexed or not? That would just be a question.
I do not think so because it's a future land use, but
And it's not required, so.
I just didn't know if it helps or hinders the case.
Well, was, according to the old map, was the area that was taken to a 425, was that urban growth area before? It was,
On what?
so,
No, it's all right.
so what,
okay.
the urban growth, that,
Didn't stand a chance against 425s.
right?
Okay,
Yeah, well-
future land use section. So I find this interesting. It's kind of defining it now. Future land use. The future land use, going back to what Commissioner Sly mentioned as a guide, is general in scope. It does not in most cases intended to establish precise boundaries of land or exact locations of future uses in the same way as the township's zoning map, right? The one that we're trying to correct. A future land use designation shown on a map does not mean that rezoning of land to be compatible district or a 425 agreement is appropriate at the time of the application. The master plan is a long-term vision and certain land use decisions will depend on site-specific conditions, additional new zoning. So it's just describing it, right? The only thing that I would say to this is, actually, the future land use doesn't, I don't think there's anything that we need to change.
No.
I would just add PA instead of
I know
425.
it's not really the public act, yeah.
I just
I
like
think
to
I'll
remove-
change
A
that
little
throughout
bit more
there.
descriptive, so.
I just like to remove it from everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's where all our
I was
problems-
gonna say that, I don't even think we need to do that, you need to have that in there, right? A
where all our
future land
problems
use
come from.
designation shown on a map does not mean that a rezoning of land is compatible, land to a compatible district, period. Compatible district, I don't even think or a 425 agreement needs to be in there, frankly. Do you guys?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, done. Oops. Okay, anything else on that page? How many chapters do we have? All
This is
right.
the last one, I think.
Okay, application, the rest of it is okay. Now we're going back to the timing. Now I'm at the timing, sorry.
Yeah, we made it.
Phew, we made it, all right. The timing and appropriateness, once again, of these 425 agreements, the timing and appropriateness of zoning amendments and 425 agreements are dependent upon many factors. Do we even need this paragraph?
It's covered in the master, isn't it? Well, I don't know, it talks about two different things, zoning amendments and 425s.
But once again,
No, yeah, let's just talk about timing.
I mean, at the very minimum, we can get rid of 425 agreements out of that statement, right?
List of zoning amendments.
It's just all information.
It is, it's like placeholder.
Fluff.
Do we even need it? We can leave it if you want. And just get rid of 425 agreements, because again, what does the planning commission have to do with 425 agreements?
Nothing.
Other than the zoning commercial industrial, okay.
So if you're gonna take that out, you're gonna take out part about, public utilities? Well, no, because public utilities could be electricity or
Yeah.
cable.
or infrastructure. Oh, it says road, sorry. All right, moving on, I'm past the timing one, I'm going on. It says the key to this section. I don't think there's anything different there.
Zoning, nope. I think it's good.
All right, this is the key, you guys, everything we've just talked about. Changes to the future land use map. Remember, I think taking account everything we've just talked about and in our last meeting. It says the 2022 planning process is incorporating following changes to the future land use map. Obviously, we're going to say 2026. And I don't even know if any of this was done, to be honest. Let's just go through it. Sections 11, let's look at the corrected map, which is above trustee Wright. Section 11 and 12 is changed all ag rural to low density residential. Thank you for pointing. Is that still the case? This is the future land use map. Oh yeah, sorry.
I
Wrong one.
don't understand what it's saying.
It's section 11 and 12 where.
Right. Changed all ag rural to
Right.
low.
So from the previous land use, future land use map we had in 2022, the future land use map changed so that that area was changed to low density residential. Do we want that to be low density residential?
11, 12. Yeah.
Do we want that to be low density residential? Or do we want to have it be R1 or ag?
There's a lot of, there's ag in there. There's a lot of current ag in there.
I think it should be changed to ag.
I do too.
Okay. Anybody else? Pipe up?
So
As
we're
we go.
just
Section.
turning it back to what it was.
Yep.
That big sign is in that big field where it's like trying to sell it for homes or something.
We're at,
Well, that includes part of the
Zaharsky.
where are you talking about?
Zaharsky.
Wayne?
On to 27, right?
Yeah.
J Drive?
Well, it's between 27 and 16.
Yeah.
Down this 16.5 miles.
16 Mile
I
Road,
want to say like somewhere right in here.
where the Zaharsky thing was going?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
it was off of 16, 16 and a half, which then is that, yeah.
Mhm.
Again, none of this doesn't mean that somebody can't come in. This is future, right, versus current zoning. Back to what it says, right?
Well, you can still put
Yep.
low density residential in ag.
Yep.
You can still build a house.
Okay, moving on. Section 12, if
Section
trustee
12.
Wright's right, section 12 again, changed north and south side of Highfield Road,
Yep.
from low density residential to medium density residential.
I don't see any problem why you wouldn't.
That's a good change.
Okay, so I'm going to delete that because we're not changing it. We're leaving it
Right.
as is and it's already been done. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, make sure we're all on the same page. Keep doing that. Too many computers. Okay, section 13 changed all AG rural to low density residential. Section 13,
Wouldn't that be medium density though? Isn't that where like Castlewood and all that is? 17 and a half? That wouldn't be considered low density, would it?
I think it is, because I think those are pretty big lots in there, aren't they?
Well, that C13
well, it's already
would
zoned there.
include Murphy's Farm, half of Murphy's Farm.
Yeah.
So you got Murphy's, see that 13 would be the property that Cecil Farmer has across from the Pioneer, over to Frank Murphy's.
Yep. It's over to the township line.
Yep.
So, but isn't it already zoned low density?
I think it is.
Well, that's, I mean, if you look at our,
on.
If you look at the zoning map, yeah, it is.
so that's right, right?
Change.
And 13 Mile Road goes to West Drive then, right?
What's that?
Section 13 goes to West Drive.
No,
I think so.
Section 13 goes to 27.
then go to West Drive. 13's way over on the Marengo side.
Okay, so where's 14 starts? Here's 13, here's 14. I
Yeah,
think
13
13
said
goes
others
to West
going.
Drive.
West Drive is the boundary between 22 and 23.
Yeah. So what do you think, Steve? You think it's,
I thought it was already kind of medium density.
Well, I know,
You know, G Drive.
You said medium density or low density?
it's yellow on the
It's-
new one.
it's-
What is that? Is that
low.
R1?
That's
It's low.
density residential.
low. I know Frank Murphy came to the board and wanted it changed, wanted to be allowed to sell lots off his road frontage.
And he did.
On G Drive and 17.5 Mile Road. He did.
So the question is, it looks
So I-
like on the current corrected map, draft, it's low density, right?
I think that's
No,
good.
no, it's medium.
It's medium?
It says low. I mean, yellow's low.
Wait a minute.
It's R1.
Change from
Low
ag
density.
to low.
Low.
This is-
So it's
So
both low,
that's been
right?
done.
it says
It's been
low.
done. I'm sorry.
That's been
So do
done.
we need to make any changes
No,
from that
I
at
think we can
all?
delete that one then, right?
Yeah, I think we can delete it,
Yeah.
unless there's any changes. Okay, because that's been done.
15, 16.
Moving along, section 15 and 16, changed industrial to light industrial.
This is the
No.
section here,
15 and 16.
so we're looking at right here.
So I think that should be ag.
Yeah,
It
I,
looks like there's currently some light industrial in that spot.
yeah, that's the
That's,
foundry.
Yeah.
That's the old
there's a
foundry.
correct.
And I think, didn't the piece on the other side by Buzzards Meats,
It
didn't,
went to ag.
that is ag.
Yeah, because that's the corrected map. yeah.
And
Otherwise, it looks
this,
like spot zoning to me.
well, and this zoning and this future land use,
Look at it, it doesn't even make sense there.
No.
where it shows, it's incorrect, because remember, it's only 490 feet.
Correct. Correct,
Is industrial, and the back is
right.
ag.
Ag.
And this actually shows it all the way up to F Drive too, and it's not.
No.
It's just the haymaker, or the ex-haymaker, probably the land bank that is only 490 feet.
Correct. Which you can see
So
that
this is
light
wrong.
industrial on the corrected zoning map.
So it's wrong.
Yeah, okay, let's look at section 27, changed industrial to light industrial, section 27.
26,
That's already
27.
part of, that's where Bear Creek or, that's already part of the mega center, no?
27.
Oh, wait, what is this?
It says
Oh, yeah, this
section
is-
27 changed industrial to light industrial. And we're
That's not-
talking the
Yeah,
future
that's-
land use map.
Well, that's already, because, yeah, that's down there where the body shops and stuff are.
Any changes
Right.
there?
It's where the road commission and all that is, correct?
So we can delete that, right?
all
Because
of
it's
them,
done and we agree with it
Yep.
on the future land use map. Okay,
County garage and all that.
yep, section 28.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Allowed heavy industrial to bleed north, I love this word bleed in the master plan, to bleed northward to the mixed-use corridor to eliminate the medium-density residential sliver.
So this right here? Is that what I'm saying? Or are they talking about this?
One more time, I gotta read it
The
again.
mixed use corridor is just that narrow strip along Michigan Avenue.
Yeah.
That's got the X's
That
on
really
it.
makes no sense because that's totally bought out by Maida.
It's gone now, yeah.
Well, that's probably why it was changed.
So
But it's still in the township right here.
Correct.
What is?
That sliver. This sliver's-
What's it zoned on that current? What's the red?
Red is highway, service commercial.
And that's Bear Creek.
It's across,
No,
or is it next to?
no, Bear Creek,
No, it is, so this is.
Bear Creek's in 27.
This is where the township is too, I think. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the township right here.
Township Hall, yeah.
So we're talking about, I don't know, it's weird because It's this week.
No, because 27,
It's right here. It's right next to the township. We're talking about fire station here.
27 comes down here.
But I'm saying,
27.
so this is over here. Unless they're talking about up here, but I don't think.
Well, what do we want it to be in the future land use? Let's just say that. Again, we're talking 28, right?
Yep.
Section 28 allowed heavy industrial to bleed northward to the mixed-use corridor to eliminate the medium-density residential sliver.
Well, see,
What
that-
do we want that to be in the future?
Well, what are they talking about?
Michigan, yeah.
Are they talking about just on this, to bleed north?
If we don't know what it means, then there's something wrong with it. So what,
Okay, now,
what,
let's take it right, word for word.
Yep.
Section 28,
yeah.
right here,
Mhm.
north of the. am I reading the right
Northwood
one?
to the mixed-use corridor, to the dash line, to it.
Allowed heavy industrial to bleed northward to the mixed use corridor to eliminate the medium density residential sliver.
Is that yellow that's right there then?
So that would be right to here.
No, it's right in.
North side of Old Michigan
Yeah.
Avenue, right?
Pretty much.
North, along Michigan, Old Michigan Avenue.
Excuse me.
Well, the only mixed use corridor we have is along
Michigan Avenue.
Michigan
Old-
Avenue.
Old Michigan Avenue, whatever it's called.
M96. That's the only mixed use corridor we have.
Which we have to look at, right? Because that we have to look at from our zoning ordinance. We need to
Right.
write ourselves a note to do.
So that would be the Herman property and
No,
the hospital property.
no, because that's on the north side.
Yeah.
We're talking about the south side of 96.
Of 96.
So in the future, what would you like it to be? What makes
Well,
sense?
it's already bled there.
I think
What's
just
up?
delete it. It's already happened.
Yeah.
Can say
Let me
it's
see it
already
on that
done.
map. I'm sorry, where are we here?
Yeah, because see, that's it. So that's you're south of here.
It's interesting. So this mixed use is the brown.
No,
That's what it says here.
mixed use is just the,
It's right here.
For the,
okay, yeah, it is. I was thinking the
The other color you're
the
thinking.
additional setback
Yeah.
corridor.
All
Yeah,
brown.
okay, yeah.
We're saying all
Okay.
this along here
right,
is mixed use,
all Michigan Ave.
all Michigan Ave. Mixed use.
Whatever we do here, we need to make sure we're going to change it in those other
To the.
paragraphs that we were looking at,
So it
right?
would come up just to that. So it wouldn't eliminate the mixed use corridor.
No, I don't think it does unless there's something else that
It
says.
says expand to,
Up to
Up
it,
to.
right?
Up to the
it.
mixed corridor,
Which
which
is
is
what
already
is,
done.
which is what is done on
It's
that
already
map.
done.
Okay, so,
done. I
Okay.
just
That's the
deleted
whole mega site.
So it says
Yeah.
up to,
yeah,
on
we're
this,
Up to
deleting
the-
it.
here it
yeah.
says
Deleted.
it's north of.
The next one,
that.
back to section
The next-
28,
the next
north of, now this is the other part though. North of the mixed use corridor, which is that brown line, changed everything remaining in the area to low density residential.
So this is
On,
really
of
Right,
all of this, yeah.
section 28.
I have a lot of questions.
That's just a little bit.
not a lot of it, yeah.
Couple,
That where Herman's farm is and stuff.
whatever.
Yeah, in between there. You know.
So that would be the property I was talking about.
So are we leaving it?
The houses that are on 15 Mile Road.
Yes, we're leaving it, moving along, because it's already done.
Right.
Okay. Okay, great. Section 36, changed ag rural to light industrial. Where is 36?
It's in the city.
Actually, if you know where Oak Ridge Cemetery is, because nobody knows that, the next field right next to that on Homer Road is Marshall Township property.
Really?
And
I did not. I mean, obviously I see the map, but doesn't
The
resonate.
what? Say that again?
you know where Oak Ridge Cemetery,
Yeah,
that next cornfield, just to the other side going towards the lakes out there is Marshall Township.
Wow.
White right here.
On Homer Road.
See, there's Homer
What
Road.
world could that have happened?
Why-
Bottom corner.
why would we want that to be light industrial? Somebody tell me that. I'm curious. I just want to understand it.
Cause I used to get calls on that and I'd tell people, that is nice. Yes, it is. That's Marshall Township.
Let me to get my tax bill out, make sure. Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
It is.
It's so odd I don't understand why it would have been
Look, yeah,
changed
it's
to A.
landlocked with the city.
It's not adjacent to the industrial park, is it, for the city?
The airport wants to take it over. They want to extend the airport runway. That's,
Really?
Right on the cemetery.
but what I don't understand, my friend owns beyond that, in one of those houses.
Well, thank you. Commissioner
So
Summers, can you
how-
say that again, please? Because I know exactly. where
How
you're gonna go.
far, if it's, the cornfield is, okay, then there's 3 houses beyond that, across from that.
Right.
Who do those belong to?
City or Marengo. Cause Marengo comes up out there on Homer Road.
Mhm.
We're talking only.
Everything east of 18 Mile Road.
But if we have
East of
residential
18
there, if we have residential there now, why do we want that to be light
They
industrial?
don't. I wouldn't think.
Okay, then I'm gonna suggest that we change it to A.
Yep.
All right, we're moving along. Okay, area to the southeast of I-94 and I-69 changed to all low-density residential to medium-density residential, except the small are south of the creek in section 35. Whoa.
I don't know
I know.
what they're even talking
Area
about.
to the southeast of I-94 and I-69
Uh-huh.
changed to all, it must be yellow then, is that yellow? Low-density
Green.
residential to medium, is that orange?
Yep, this is orange over here.
To medium-density residential, but then there's this lovely exception. Except the small R, I think that means area, south of the creek in section 35. Where's 35?
Way down at the bottom.
Whoa.
They're talking about 2 different areas.
Yeah, like starting up here, you said south of 94.
Yeah.
South and east of 9469. That
Yeah.
would be section 15.
Yeah, that's what we are.
So are you south of A Drive or north of A Drive?
Well, which one you talking
Yeah, the
about?
first part, they're talking about.
Whatever the creek is, where's the creek?
East of this.
Yep.
And then they
The
said.
creek is south of A Drive. Because the creek is Thomas Creek.
South.
Is that, are they talking about?
Yeah, that's probably should have said south and east of,
I think they mean the creek. I think they mean Bear Creek.
I do too, I think that's wrong.
I think they mean where that oil spill is, isn't that Trowbridge? What was the name of that creek?
Bear Creek doesn't go through
Talmadge.
35.
Off Division.
Huh?
Bear Creek doesn't go
Oh, I
through
think you're
35.
right.
I know,
think-
I think 35 is a mistake.
16, yeah, that's, Division Drive's cutoff line.
right?
North of Division's Marshall Township, south of Division's Fredonia.
Mhm.
That's why that oil spill, basically was in Fredonia, but it pretty much was all Marshall Township.
But I think that's a misprint. I think
Okay.
that's supposed to be section 15. It says, except the small must be area south of the creek in section 35. But I think since they're talking about section 15 to begin with,
South and then it's running north to south.
huh?
The creek's running north to south. I think it's south of the creek. But if you look at the creek on here.
Well,
You gotta go further south. Down to 15,
Well, let's take
I
it,
guess.
in this way. What do we
Donna, what's
want
it talking
southeast of I-94 and the I-69? What do we want that as? So pause right there.
It might as well go resident, I mean,
well, it's pretty lowland.
What's green right now? Low,
It's open space.
It's-
It's green.
medium density residential. It should be medium density, right?
No,
Well,
it's low. That is all lowland. That's the dead end of F Drive from 27, and that is low and wet. It's
Yeah, but it
low and
says
wet.
here, southeast of I-94 and
Right.
I-69 changed to medium density
And I
residential.
don't know why you would do that.
So what do you think it should be?
Well, I think maybe they're talking over here on F Drive, on Walter's farm.
Right here they have.
Yeah, I think that's maybe what they're talking about, that area.
So do we want to make it, leave it as medium density residential? Yes, Aaron.
I was just saying, do you guys have the old map?
The old,
You got a plat book.
The previous planning use map.
I'd have to go,
No.
no, yeah, no,
We don't
but we can
have
go find
This
it.
is what it's describing is, everything you see in orange there
Yeah,
was yellow.
correct.
Now it's orange, and then the area south there, the sliver, they left yellow, and then they changed the stuff that is orange by the 35 from yellow to orange.
Mhm.
That was the change.
Yeah, so this was all yellow before is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because his point about the green spaces, that's all wetlands.
So the key to it, thank you, Aaron. The key to it is, what do we want it to be? Do we want it to be medium density residential? If the answer is yes, we can delete it. If the answer is no, what do we want to
I
change to the future
still am
land?
confused on where we're talking about. Are we talking about right
This
here?
whole thing, it's this whole section here. All the orange you see here once was yellow, was on the previous map probably yellow.
Well,
Basically, you're
if you're
going,
talking from
Yes.
I-94 to the Fredonia line,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, so what should it be?
I mean, there's no way you're gonna want medium density residential in all that lowland that's open space there.
The green isn't changing. They're just saying this orange stuff was originally all yellow. These spaces, they're not arguing about the green. The green's not changing.
Right, the question is, do you want ag, medium, whatever our zoning is in the future, what would we like that to be for zoning in the future? Do we want it to be a lot of houses residential? Do we want it medium? Do we want it ag? Do you want it commercial, industrial? What is it that you think is appropriate based on everything we've heard, everything we've gone through in the survey? What do you think is the appropriate future land use? Low density?
Well, there's already some in there, like Walters Drive and like where you used to live, that's,
Medium density, basically.
you know,
So leave,
I think it's good.
yeah.
okay.
I think just leave that.
All right, we can delete it. Okay. I am going to delete it. Everybody good? Consensus, moving on. Included a new light industrial category. I think we've done that. Is
We
that?
have that.
Yeah, we have it on there.
Okay, so we can delete that. Okay. Included a new heavy industrial category and changed current industrial to heavy industrial in sections 28 and 29.
We're at
Don't worry about that, that's already
425.
done.
We're good there.
Wow, somebody really knew what they were doing. Included a new mixed-use corridor designation of 500 feet on each side of the road, Michigan Avenue.
It's already on the map, so.
But I think this is where we need to review. Is that where we want the mixed-use corridor? Because that road's changed.
Which one, where are you talking about?
The brown right along Michigan Ave. Yep.
Yeah, I think it should probably match where Michigan Ave actually is.
It's kind of mixed use now though, because there's businesses and there's houses.
So what does mixed use mean?
Well, according to our zoning ordinance, and you guys, I think we should do a hard stop at 10 here, but it's up to you all.
Sounds good to me.
Since we've been doing this for a very long time, mixed use or mixed use. Residential and non-residential uses may be permitted in combination to create an integrated mixed-use development.
You have anything you want?
Mixed use in zoning requirements. Each use in a mixed-use development containing both residential and commercial development shall meet the height, area, and placement requirements of the zoning district that corresponds to each element of the proposed development. Principal use collectively is, that's it. That's what it says. When I put mixed use in our zoning ordinances, that's what comes up.
put in anything.
So mixed use is not a zoning category, is it?
No.
No, you could, you can
So you
just,
So
can sell
in a
sweet,
mixed
so you can
use-
sell
a
sweet
little bit of
corn.
everything.
So in a mixed use
Sweet corn
area,
on
you
pie.
could say, I want, a commercial
car dealership.
gas station.
Well, you can have
Or
a
you could say, I want
Residential.
a dog boarding facility.
a tractor repair and sales shop right next to a farm.
Is that where, I mean, we'll have to have greater discussion on the mixed-use corridor, but do we want that as our mixed-use corridor?
I think,
Well, it is
if
now,
we're,
so.
if we're gonna have one, I think that's a good place.
All right, then let's just leave it and
Don't
we'll
you
have to
think?
figure out, I mean, it doesn't match, we're gonna have to figure out, that's what we're gonna have to figure out, is matching the road, right? Because it's describing it. So I think what we should put in here is, we need to review, gosh darn it. What should it be? What should the mixed-use corridor be? Follow the current the new, the old, what road?
M96.
96.
State designation and a postal designation.
There you go. All right,
Well, it doesn't really, because the end of it says Michigan Avenue East. Michigan Avenue East.
I'm tired of that Michigan Avenue East.
We've been through over that one tonight already.
West of Michigan, it's west of Marshall.
the last one says add
East is in
425
town.
agreement areas, and as we know, it is incorrect.
Yeah, that's
So
not our
I will
thing.
add here that we need to correct the 425 agreement areas once we get the approved
Zoning map.
zoning map. Fair?
Fair.
All right, moving along. Hang on, let's see.
Can I make a quick comment?
Of course.
It's 10 to 10.
Yep.
How much longer are we gonna go?
10 o'clock.
Okay, that's not my half a page.
How, should we stop, guys? Should we stop because we got a few other things real quick?
I'm tired, but that's up to you guys.
We are on page, how many, we're on page,
29.
and how many pages do we have left to go?
Wait a second, we got a
I
whole
think I
thing here on
counted.
mixed corridor.
Oh, there we go.
And the trouble is
light
every
industrial.
page is full, so
Heavy
it's no fast
industrial.
one.
Look at that.
2
We
weeks,
got 1, 2,
6, third, the third,
Okay, so we ended on page
29.
29.
5.
If anybody has a better way of doing this, please, if you guys want to look at it and send me their comments and I can redline it first, we can do that. We can pause on it now. Do we want to continue to do this at our next meeting in February after the town hall? Or would you like to do this differently? I know it's painstaking. We've had 3-hour meetings.
That town hall might be a 3-hour meeting, or it
It might
might be a
be.
10-minute
Well, we're gonna
meeting.
talk about
Pages to
it.
go.
Huh?
10 pages to go.
What, 10?
No, there's more than 10.
I went all the way, I stopped at the appendix thing.
Do you include the implementation work plan?
Hi, Steve. I'm glad you're still with
We're
us.
gonna
I
go
hope
through
it's
them.
sunny and warm where you
I
are.
counted them.
Commissioners, do you want to continue on another meeting like we are? Or do we want to? I think it, whatever you guys want to do. Or do you want to
What's
send me your
your
comments?
suggestion?
I kind of like hearing, I know this is painstaking, but it's very important and I like hearing from you all at
Yeah.
the same time.
I think this is a good way to do it.
Let's do
right.
another one before the open house. Do we have time to do that?
I don't think so.
You want to do it
February-
after the open house?
Yeah, I think we'll
Okay.
continue on from, is that okay with everybody? What's your
Yeah, I'm
thoughts?
good, I'm good with
Because we've
it.
got, our next meeting is February 3rd and February 4th. We don't have a lot of time before the open house.
I know, that's the only thing.
Yes, and we're going to talk about that. That's perfect. Perfect segue. All right, we're not going to review the zoning map and the future land use map because guess what? We just did that. So we're going to skip that on item I. Just to let you all know, if you missed it, our town hall February 4th meeting was in the advisor. It was a little hard to read. My apologies.
Was in there? Because I didn't,
It was so small, you
I
need a
guess I didn't,
magnifying
yeah.
glass. I
So-
couldn't read the dang
So we
thing.
did get with,
Econo.
I
yeah.
didn't see it.
Didn't see it?
I looked too.
I can't believe it. Yeah, it was, I apologize. So, yeah,
Quarter
anyways,
page ad, and it was like,
it will be back in on the 31st and we saw proof of it. It should be better. There you have it. So, I think we're spending like, whatever, somebody do the math for me, $200. The only thing I wanted to share was, we need to put together, and I need you guys all to help with this here, is what we advertised it, it's in your packet here, if anybody missed it, right? And we advertised it as literally, folks can come ask us questions. We might ask them questions, back to what trustee, our AB King here mentioned, which was, we can ask our audience questions, but we're not timing folks, is that right? Or are we? No, we're not gonna time them. So hopefully if it gets out of hand, then we might have to. But for right now, the thought process is it's gonna be an exchange, right? Is there anything, any agenda? Do we wanna have an agenda for that meeting? Or are we just going to have it free form?
I think a town hall is just kind of
Free form.
open exchange of ideas.
All right, then that's what we'll do.
That sound good?
Sometimes they can be around a topic, so you have different topics, and then have people come up about those topics.
Yeah. And I have created, we do not have to use, it's just me being over-prepared, a presentation in case we get a lot of questions on what is the master plan and what are we doing. I do have that where we can pop it up. Well, hopefully we'll have an AV person here to help us with that, to pop it up on the screen if needed, and there's a welcome. So we'll have that up on the screens. Anything else related to the town hall? No. Guess what, Aaron? It's time for public comments.
You got 2 minutes.
You missed the first one.
Oh, so was I. It was nasty, wasn't it?
There was a small accident on like M14 that slowed me down, but yeah, so.
Aaron, before you say, and I know you've been great by hanging out here with us too, but Steve, just hang on with us and I'll make sure we call you for comments that you have as well. Aaron, go right ahead.
Hi, Aaron Reed with SME. I'm here representing MEDA tonight. Joanna, Jim had provided the PC and you some documentation regarding existing conditions report as well as future land use planning for the major campus.
Okay.
So that should be in your inbox.
Was that yesterday
I think
or today?
it was either later yesterday or first thing this morning.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I think I mentioned it on the onset. You weren't here, but I mentioned that we had gotten this email and I did see something come through. I have not shared it with the board yet, the planning commission, but it is in my inbox.
Okay, so the existing conditions map or report really is describing the major campus as it sits today, right? So a lot of the exhibits that are attached relate to the 425 agreements, zoning, different school districts. I mean, there's a whole bunch of information there that is pretty much all factual. Like it's just how the site is and what its current state is. The other documentation that he provided was future land use plans for the major campus. So as you guys are talking about future land use and the major campus and the different land uses that can be considered, MEDA has started to go down that process to see how the rest of it could be developed. So we encourage the PC to look at that, review on it. We had also discussed possibly how we could participate within the town hall, not necessarily knowing what the format was going to be or if there was a way to do that. But if you or the other board members have suggestions on what that could look like, so that we can receive feedback on the documents that we provided and take community input as well. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to be a resource, right? Honestly, like a lot of the information you guys are talking about, I look at every day and have a lot of history with it. So if there's questions about current zoning or property boundaries or even, where the current MDOT right of way is, right? Like you guys were talking about the mixed use corridor, right? And I think it's 500 feet. A lot of it's taken up by MDOT right of way right now. So even like all those boundaries that you guys are looking at for those maps, like we can be of assistance or provide whatever resources you need. So just throwing that out there and that's it. I'm here.
Thank you. And thanks for sticking it out with us. Appreciate it. Any other public comments? Okay. All right. Commissioner comments, and I'm going to go to Commissioner Buller, who's online first. Steve, any comments? Oh, text. Okay. Commissioner Buller, in regards to maps and corrections or changes, can we put effort into getting the river properly depicted on our maps? Now that Enbridge has changed the size and location, especially in Ceresco, there are detailed surveys already done.
Yeah.
So that we can, we need to route to county GIS, who does our base map,
Brent?
and Brett, and I can, is it Brent or Brett? But Brent, I can send that to him and ask him on that. Don't let me forget, but I've got myself a note. Ask Brent about River. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for signing on too. Commissioner Riggs, anything?
Well, the only thing I got, and I don't know, maybe the board knows about it, but it's pretty, well, around the area that we're getting a Myers 50 acres. And it's gonna be on Marshall Township. Right now it's Marshall Township, right where Belchers used to be, which probably everybody knows about it, but I heard that's coming pretty quick.
To be.
It's actually, I think, closer to town than that.
Yeah,
The
it's
two pieces.
south of that,
But, yeah.
So by the Denny's Diner.
south of that.
Okay.
Well, it's in the works.
Commissioner Summers? Okay. Commissioner Woods?
In reply to Commissioner Ridge's comment, I was surprised we didn't see any paperwork on that at the township board meeting, but it's probably held up in discussions. Well, who knows? It has been talked about and the word's out. So I'm surprised we haven't seen the paperwork yet. So, of course, these two are winking at each other. We've heard it all, so.
Yeah, we'll touch base on that in a second here. Commissioner Sly, or anything else, Commissioner?
Just board wise, we'll be looking for a new clerk. We are should be looking for a new clerk rather quickly, I might add. And gosh, what else? A couple questions I need to get with the township lawyer on concerning escrow account. And well, actually both questions are concerning escrow accounts, but it's two different people I got to ask questions to. Gravel pits back in the mix again, so, and I'll get with you guys on what y'all know about those, just the history of what's gone on so far over the past year. I know there's several discussions, and we had the presentation about the recycling center. That was a one-sided presentation, and pretty much township's out of it. So more discussions will be held as far as we can go with them. You know, the information sharing on both sides. But if y'all have any more questions, you know, I'll see what we can answer. And so I think that's it.
Commissioner Sly?
You want me to explain the Meyer?
Sure.
The reason they haven't got anything on the Meyer is it has to come to the PC first. Because they have to apply for a rezoning before they can apply for 425.
It's zoned ag right now?
It's zoned residential. They went to the city first. And thought I guess they didn't understand the process, correct?
Correct.
They thought they just go to the city directed them here, but according to the master 425 agreement, has to be zoned, and we talked to the attorneys on this. Industrial or commercial is the only property that you can apply for a 425.
Mm-hmm.
So that has to come.
The zoning first and then.
It has to come to the PC for zoning, so then we're gonna have to have a hearing, you know, we're gonna have to have an application, we're gonna have to have a public hearing. And my questions still are, do they have to go into the city?
They want to have water
It's
and
already there. Water and sewer's already there.
come to the motels.
Yeah, it's all the way out to State Farm property,
I don't
so.
know where it is, right? Belchers used to be, right across from the funeral home.
Right.
But I'm questioning, I don't know, just a question I'd like to ask Seth, do they have to go, do they have to apply for 425? Why can't they stay in the township?
Well, they could stay in the township and the city,
I don't know.
city would have to provide them because they make an.
Services are already there. So I don't know. That's just a question I have. My brain works a little different, so.
Yeah,
So within the framework of the Master 425 and there's so many questions within that.
So many rabbit holes.
Yeah, so that's an ongoing one. And, we got 2 representatives from the township in frequent discussions with the city. So there's just more to come every week, and along with township lawyer. So discussions being held, whether progress is being made or not depends upon your viewpoint. So, but discussions are being held. So.
Anything else?
I'm done.
Okay, I'll try to be really quick. Thank you for those updates. I'm not sure when the clerk's last day is for the township. I'm sorry?
28th of February.
20th of February. Okay, well, we will have a couple of meetings ahead of that, but I do thank him for all his years of service. And there are many in public service for him, whether it be at the county or here at the township. So thank Jeff Albaugh for that. Related to escrow, we have so many questions related to an escrow. Regarding the gravel pit specifically, one of the things that Commissioner Sly and I have talked to our zoning administrator about is we were able to grab all of the files related to that and what was approved in the past. And it really is trying to rebuild a relationship and understand and work with the gravel folks because they've been good partners. But understanding, where they're at in their development and their expansion to what it says in our zoning ordinance. So I think our thought process was we were hoping that if and when we get a zoning administrator in-house, that would be one of the first areas. Well, we have many things going on in the township, but that would be an area where they could reach out, meet with the gravel pit and have a conversation and seek to understand, right? This isn't out to get you, but we have to try to understand because we don't know where that all lies with the escrow and or in compliance with our zoning ordinance. So I just wanted to let you know that that is on our list of many items of zoning and understanding that development. We'll give updates at our February 3rd meeting related to next year and the trees. Related to the recycling center, I just got through, that's the only part of the last board meeting this week that I got through. I will share, and I think those voices were heard for those, I think they left and didn't hear public comment, but the presenters. But this is another area where we talk a lot about trying to work cooperatively and what the actions don't match the wording. And I know that Treasurer Kowalski tried to get the county to come to the Planning Commission to do a presentation. That has not happened. I don't know that that was even answered during the presentation.
She stated she didn't need to.
Didn't need to. So I will remind all of us here that in the end of the day, this township has to issue building permits. And frankly, I think, and this doesn't violate the law to my degree, that I understand, but there's nothing wrong for us to seeking to understand, number one, what is the law that's being cited that says they can not have to do anything related to zoning? I'm not doubting it, but what does it really say? And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, look, you need to work with us. We need to talk. We're the ones that have to issue the building permits. Come talk to us, right? And really get the feedback. So I'm really hoping that the township board supports that with the staff here and that we hold until we get more understanding and really talk about what's the route, what's some of those things and why there. So thank you to the board who asked questions. So
I will be in contact with Lucy because of a road usage question. So I'll be the designated, and I'm the representative to the road department. So just shoot me those questions and I will include that when I make a scheduled appointment with her to go over things. So I appreciate that.
and commissioners, if you have questions or comments.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So again, I think we were misinterpreting. There's a lot of questions that I had through that presentation, but at the end of the day, this isn't about being for or against recycling. It's what is the proper place for that type of development? That's the question, right? So we don't need to talk about, we're recycling but what is being recycled? So anyways, that's my 2 cents on that. We are actively looking for a zoning administrator. That was advertised in the paper as well. I think Commissioner Woods, you mentioned we might have like 8 applicants, something like that.
That's what was mentioned last evening.
Yeah. So anyways, work in progress. I highly recommend that anybody who listens to this meeting, if you want to for 3.5 hours or whatever, that you do watch the township board meeting so you can get an understanding about the recycling. So thanks to our AV. Next meeting, it's all right around the corner, you guys, February 3rd. And we'll be back here that next night on February 4th. So, and Aaron, to answer your questions, you are more than welcome to participate, just like the residents or anybody else who comes to that meeting, and share some of those items. I'm not sure, because I have not looked at it with what you mentioned, which is future land use plans in the major campus, but I would assume most of that would go to the Joint Planning Commission for a master plan and zoning for that area. Have not looked at what was sent by whomever. Maybe it was Mr. Durian, but you are more than welcome, or anybody else, to participate at that town hall, just like everybody else does. So welcome to do that. So with that, is there a motion to adjourn at 10:07 p.m.?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right, with that, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yeah. Thanks, Steve, for hanging out with us and for the audience. And at 10:07, we are adjourned. Thank you all very much.